Hello. There were some audio issues, as expected. And I just immediately, like I said, I test my audio. I test my audio, like, thoroughly off stream. And then when I actually start stream, I'm, like, so much fucking louder than I am when I'm testing it. And I'm looking at the bar, it's, like, always going into the red now. God damn it, dude. Why am I so fucking loud? Okay, maybe I'll just be quieter. But honestly, I don't know. When I listened back to that last stream, because I did check it out a bit just to make sure the audio was how I want the audio to be. I'm gonna not touch gain at all. If this is a stream that's like super fucking loud, well, you know what? I can hear myself. I've got a delay. Let me just like say things, and I'm gonna unmute my stream and listen to it. Give me a second. I'm talking. This is normal volume, and then how do I sound? This is normal volume, and then how do I sound? This is normal volume. Oh, this is fun. How do I sound? Yeah, dude, I love this. How do I sound? Yeah, dude, I love this. How do I sound? Yeah, dude, I love. Okay, no, that sounded fine though. Like, I don't know. If that's loud for some people, sorry, but that sounded fine. I think my audio is fine around here. My Focusrite is telling me that I'm like in the yellow and red sometimes. My OBS is a little bit louder than I used to have it on the old microphone, but just listening back to my own stream, I'm like, that sounds fine. I'm not peaking or anything. So sure. If I do start to peak when I get like really loud or something, I can fix that. Also, oh dude, cool. Like immediately. Is this Twitch again? Is this Twitch? Yeah, okay, cool. Immediately Twitch is telling me I'm like unstable bitrate. Maybe I am, but I'm like watching my own stream right now and it looks fine to me. So I think Twitch is just full of shit sometimes. It seems to do it right at the start of streams, because I'm looking at the bitrate right now and it's like completely fine at the top there, but it's red for some reason. It's like big scary red, like, oh no, watch out, you're fucking up, you're doing something wrong. But I think it looks fine. This is accidental tech issues start to the stream. Because, like, there were some issues with it. When I listened back to the last stream, I thought I was, like, completely fine volume level at the start of the stream, and then I turned myself, like, way down, and I was like, this is so much quieter than I normally am. Which I'm sure to a lot of people is a relief, because, like, immediately the first thing Dick said when he showed up was, I sound louder than normal, despite me listening back to it being like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, the music is almost overbearing compared to my own volume. But hopefully it's good now. I think the volume is fine. The one thing I'm most concerned about is there is some really weird crackling. And the crackling, like, honestly got me super concerned. There was some crackling where you wouldn't expect it to. It was on, like, long vowel noises. Which, like, normally, if you're expecting any sort of, like, weird crackling or peaking, I typically assume that to be on the plosives. There is also one slight issue with balancing I wish I could tune, but I can't really tune frequencies unless I have a mixer. But I really do wish I could take down the higher pitch frequency, because, like, my S noises, I mean, I know that's just how I talk, but for for like a viewing experience and listening experience, it's normally a better idea to, like, lower the higher frequencies, which makes everyone sound like they have a radio voice, like you only get those lower tones, but it really is, like, the S noises especially, and like, I'm listening to myself talk, I'm like, I know this is coming out horribly. But that's just kind of what you get with a higher quality mic. I mean, it was bad on the old mic too, don't get me wrong, but especially with a higher end microphone, you get all of those nasty things about my voice that I wish you didn't. But no, there's crackling. Anyways, there's crackling. I don't know how I got off on that tangent, but I think that because I tested it a little bit before I started stream, I tested it in Audacity and not through OBS. I did like, you know, I just like monologued into the mic for a few minutes and listened to it back, and I heard no crackling whatsoever. If I wanted to be thorough with my testing, I would have monologued again for a few minutes in OBS to see if there was crackling present. But instead, I just assumed that, it's not showing up on Audacity. It's probably the filters that I added to my OBS audio. So I removed the noise suppression expander, and I removed the software level compressor. Because honestly, I mean, like, software level audio filters like that are usually pretty bad anyways, so I don't think I'm going to miss them too much. If there really is, like, peaking issues, like, if I'm screaming way too much, and it's, like, just absolutely awful to listen to, I might reconsider the compressor. But I think the noise suppression's honestly completely fine. Like, the amount of noise, especially because I got a pop filter now. I had that in the mail. Like, it was coming to me when I did my last stream, but it just didn't show up when all the other stuff showed up. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do a stream anyways. Even though it's not the best idea to stream with an analog microphone without a pop filter or any sort of filter, because, like, they're very, very sensitive to liquid. So, like, even a little bit of spit on the microphone is pretty bad for it, but I got a pop filter, it's okay. One stream of unadvisable actions are okay, at least at that level, and yeah, I think the noise suppression is fine right now. Like, it's... Okay, I was just being quiet to see on my OBS preview window how loud it was, and it's like basically inaudible. Like, if you can hear my fans, whatever, that's kind of just what you expect when you have 2 fans running in a room. 3 if you include my computer fans. So yeah, I think it's fine. Like, I listened to it in the Audacity recording, and I could not sense any of the background noise, so I think it's fine. Especially when I've got, like, music and most of the time have game sound playing. I think it's fine. By the way, I could turn game sound on now. The only reason I had game sound off before... This is... effects, there you go. The only reason I had game sound off was because I started last stream with the game already having been running for like a few hours, because I was just playing the game. And I didn't... I think I explained this last stream, but I didn't have my headphones on when I opened the game, so if I had turned the game audio on after I had put on my headphones, the game audio would have been running through my speakers, not my headphones. So, I mean, I'm sure there's a way to fix that in the Windows mixer, but whatever. I just opted to not have game sounds, but now I can, and they're properly playing through my headphones. Let's do the meme build. I still have no... I have no success with the Necromancer, and I probably never will, because this is probably going to be the last time I play the game. But, let's reconsider some of this, because it wasn't really working so well last time, and I want to see if there's something I can do to make this better. I think I can definitely do Outpost. I was just, like, in a fucking mental haze last stream, because I was pretty tired. I didn't make too big of a deal of that, but I was fairly tired last stream. Maybe I did make a big deal of it. I can't really remember. The one thing I noticed most about this microphone is it's about twice as heavy as my last microphone, and it's, like, constantly wobbling my my mic stand in a frightening way. It also makes all sorts of creaks and pops now. It didn't used to. Not as often, at least. Honestly, I think I could just, like, completely be satisfied with the Outpost. The only thing I'm also considering is removing Beacon, because I really don't think that beacons are going to matter that much for this run. Like, outposts aren't either, but I always took outposts just to make the bosses easier, and I should especially do that in this case, where I'm not really going to be building my character so much. Like, none of these things that I have selected are for upgrading my character outside of suburbs. Yeah, I think literally outside of suburbs. It's like the rivers don't do anything. I just have river because it's one card instead of 2 cards. I could take meadow, like I said last time, but no reason one way or the other. I just like to disrespect meadow because it's an awful card. So yeah, I don't really see the benefit of a beacon. I do see the benefit of an outpost. Like, I definitely could run an 8-card deck without the outpost. But I think the outpost is helpful enough to get us through the bosses that I'm going to take it with. And that is, like, the most important part, is getting past the bosses, because for the most part, the enemies I'm going to be fighting after the bosses are, 1, a kind of enemy that literally can't do any damage to me, because they're magic vampires, and 2, skeletons that are going to take immense damage to the storm temples. Also, I should check. I should check to make sure they didn't, like, patch the game and make it so... No, okay, you can still go to 100% with that. Alright, cool. Because if they patched the game and I was no longer immune to magic and lightning damage, that would make this a very sad and pathetic meme build. Like, I really don't think, like, oh, I should start timer also. I really don't think this is that effective of a strategy. I think it's just funny, which is why I want to do it. But, like, there are much more effective strategies. So I do need to be careful, because I want to keep those 2 spots open for the outposts. But, like, those are the only 2 things that I really need to be careful about. And yeah, that's fine. It's probably for the best. What was I saying? I don't know, probably something dumb. Probably something dumb. I just need to make sure, it's not even that big of a deal that I block all of the Lich's palaces. I just don't want to have to deal with Oblivion. Having to Oblivion all of them. So it's always better to handle it if you can handle it. And it's not like I really care about what I'm placing, so, you know. It's fine. It's fine no matter what. Yeah. Immediate village, and you love to get the ghouls going early. Just because, A, it's a lot of experience, B, it's potentially a lot of cards, just because you get, you know, a chance of getting cards for every enemy you kill. And, what's the last one? what's the last one we're gunning for? I don't know. It blocks, nope. You could do that without the ghouls. I was gonna say it blocks the Lich's Palace. I mean, having the village there does block the Lich's Palace. There's one other super critical point that I wanted to talk about, but you know what? I forget what it is. I guess one thing worth noting is the fact that, it's not particularly dangerous to fight these guys near the campfire since I have the archers, obviously. I think the only other thing I was gonna say is that more kills equal better quality loot for the rogue, which is why it's like the main reason I think the rogue is by far the best character in the game, is because for every other character, I mean there's only 2 other, but for every other character, I'm not even gonna pay too much attention to these. I do need to prioritize attack speed for the second boss though, so take any equipment with attack speed on it. I maybe have the sound effects a little bit too loud, honestly. Let's go down to like there. What was I trying to say? Dude, I'm fucking lost today. I'm losing my train of thought super easily. Oh yeah, no. I was talking about why the rogue is that much stronger compared to every other character. Because it really is, like, insanely strong compared to every other character in the game. Damage output is honestly, like, a huge part of that. Just the fact that you have 2 weapons make scaling your damage incredibly easy. And you can, like, outpace pretty much every enemy in the game with raw damage compared to their HP. Especially if you're taking something like the desert and the sand dunes, or whatever the upgraded version of the desert is. But if you're taking those, like, nothing stands any chance. You just one-shot everything. I think I'll hold on that. Well, I might as well place it. I'm, like, nowhere near spawning the Lich anyways, so it's probably fine. I'll place here. What is this song? Every single time I hear, like, a very recognizable RuneScape song, I wish I could pinpoint it, but I never can. I'll look at the name and see if that jogs the memory. High Seas. High Seas, huh? Sounds like me in school, for the most part. High Seas. I don't know. I would guess, like, Catherby. That's final answer, Catherby. No, maybe it's Draenor. I don't know. Who fucking cares? I always associate Sea Shanty with, like, the port part of Draenor. Or is that? Dude, it's been too long since I played RuneScape. And when I'm playing RuneScape, I'm just, like, in it, you know? I'm not really taking note of which song is played where. That's not the kind of knowledge for me. Ooh, the level. I'll finish my point about why the rogue is so much stronger, because damage is only one part of it. The damage is, like, a pretty big part, though. Another big thing, though, is the fact that the quality of their items scales entirely. I mean, there is some level of it. Like, I'm pretty sure it is true that the rogue gets better quality items for killing enemies that have a soul, even though I don't think that's stated, like, literally anywhere. I've heard so many people say it at this point that I just have to imagine it's true. If I'm wrong about that, then whoopsie-doopsie, my bad. But a lot of people do seem to be spreading that information. Is that crit chance? It's not even that much, just send it. But yeah, for the most part, the quality of items that you're going to get, and, like, the level of it, because, like, the rogue gets such, like, stupidly higher item level than either of the other characters. Like, you play as warrior, you at max maybe get, like, 5 to 6 levels above the loop level that you're at. Whereas when you're playing the rogue, you consistently, like, once you get to, like, loop 20, you're consistently pulling in items that are, like, 10 levels above. And it just gets, like, that gap, especially when you get the picky trait, that gap just gets farther and farther the deeper into loops you go. Like, by loop 50 or so, I was usually getting, like, item level 70 to 80. And I am, yeah, fighting, like, a stupid amount of enemies. But that was on the run where I was fighting spiders primarily, and spiders don't have souls. So you don't necessarily need to care about souls. And also, because both of my villages' roadside tiles are blocked, that means no bandit camp will spawn. The more you know. And what do I need to block? The only thing I need is Outpost, which I have. So I've completely blocked off the Lich's palaces at this point. And I can solely focus on getting more storm temples and getting more suburbs. I don't really care one way or the other what I get. Obviously, I would prefer storm temples, but I'm still gonna place every suburb I find. It's not to the level that I need to be that concerned about storm temple placement. Maybe once we get closer to, like, the 3rd and 4th boss, I would love to have all of my possible campfire tiles stacked with storm temples. Like, anything that intersects the perpendiculars. If that makes literally any sense. Might as well. Like, I don't have any roadside enemy spawns, I think. No, I just have Outposts, Vampire Mansion, and Bookery, so it's completely fine to not be super optimal with my placement. I just had it in my mind that I needed to because of the run where I was, well, the multiple runs where I was doing spiders. Smokescreen is actually pretty good. I mean, yeah, I know people will say, old scars, the earlier you get it, the more HP you're going to get. You're not wrong, but you're also not right. I think that the only thing that has a chance of killing me is the bosses, and Smokescreen, like, significantly raises my chances of killing those bosses, so I would much rather take that over the, like, you know, slight increase. And, like, Old Scars isn't even the good one. If it was, whatever the one that gives you 3 max HP on kill, if it was that one, I would consider it, but since it was just Old Scars, that's not really anything to get excited about, unfortunately. But I don't know how long this is going to take, because it is going to be a particularly slow and grindy run, just via the nature of it. Like, I have to be super careful that I don't push too far ahead. I'd like to kill the bosses as early as possible, don't get me wrong, but there are some, like, requirements that I need to meet before certain encounters. Like, I really need to, like, super stack attack speed before I fight the second boss, and I would say 11% is not really cutting it. 11% is a little bit shy of where I'd like to be. I'm a little bit hesitant to place more cemeteries right now. Because obviously, yeah, I would love the increase in cards, but I'm not particularly strong right now. I should probably focus on my character a little bit more, but for right now it doesn't matter because all my difficult combat encounters are supported by the archers. And here you go. This is why you take the outposts. Having 2 dudes to help you fight the boss makes it stupidly easy. I figured that they weren't going to be immune to the lightning. That's funny. But the Lich can't hurt me anyway, so I'm not doing it for the Lich fight. I'm doing it for, especially the second and third fight. I really want the outpost support. Okay, now this is a tough one. I actually, yeah, I know. I said I was going to think about the 3 HP on kill, but Master of Fencing, even though it's only 10% chance, means I have to care a little bit less about attack speed. I still do want to care about attack speed, don't get me wrong. I'm going to take every piece of equipment that gives me attack speed when I see it. Counter and evasion versus 4 magic damage and crit chance. Just give me the evasion. And yeah, I think I actually prefer this just for the extra evasion. Even though it had less HP. HP is not really a concern for me right now. Especially because I'm probably going to replace that piece of gear before I fight the second boss anyways. It's whatever. It's whatever. I would love to start seeing the vampire mages as soon as possible, though, so more bookeries always make me smile. Like, that's really, like, a huge turning point for the run, is when I can start consistently fighting those vampire mages. Because they literally can't damage me at all. At all. Oh, that's getting all of those, okay. Nice. But, I wish bookeries, honestly, like, I love the primary effect of bookeries, too, don't get me wrong. The fact that it shuffles your cards so that, you're not wasting as many cards by just not playing things you don't care about. Like, for the most part, you get to play everything in hand before it turns into books of memories. But apparently, I've already let a few slip. That's fine. Like I said, I'm not too concerned about, you know, getting everything going before a certain loop level here. I do think, like, earlier is better for the bosses, but I also need to make sure that my character is, like, capable of actually succeeding before I go too gung-ho into the boss fights. And there's probably something to be said that I should be, you know, turning some of these into towns already, because I could turn, like, the corner ones into towns, and I will do. I will do. That is the more efficient way of going about it. But I just can't fucking wrap my head around it. Like, I'm trying to. Like, where are the safe spots where I can play suburbs? Maybe I should just, like, mark that out early. Because I don't want to play suburbs here, and oof. Like, that's actually a very small area. In fact, I don't think I'm going to be able to get any towns here or here. I think this... No! I'm not going to get any towns. Because if I'm trying to fill all of the space that I can with storm temples, that means that I can only build 2 off the sides, here and here. So I'm never going to be able to, because you need to build at least 3 up to be able to make a town. So that's fine. Like, it's okay if I never make a town. The rogue, another thing that is better about the rogue is that the rogue really doesn't depend on the traits as much as something like the necromancer does. Like, the traits are good, don't get me wrong, but a lot of the rogue traits are things that you only really care about for pushing the game to infinity and beyond. They're not, like, absolutely essential to kill the bosses like they are for Necromancer. Yeah, I mean, maybe some people are gonna take issue with that and be like, oh no, the Necromancer really isn't as bad as you're saying it is, but in my experience, it seems like the Necromancer really, really needs some of those traits before they can actually do anything. Particularly early game, it feels like the trait that gives you, like, the 3 strong enemies at the start of every loop, that seems incredibly nice. So, like, I love the Storm Temples. I love them. Maybe I do sacrifice this, like, upper end to get more suburbs going. But I also don't think I care about the suburbs as much as I care about just, like, doing extra damage. So I've got the full column of Storm Temples for the campfire done. Now I just need to get the row, and I'll be rolling. I don't know what I was saying before I got distracted by that. It happens too often. It happens too often. It probably wasn't important anyways. Still thinking about the audio quality. Hopefully the audio sounds nice. Oh wow, all of these are completely useless for survivability. Well, if you're gonna do that, then I don't know. Would I rather have this or this early on? This is gonna proc way less, but it's going to mean that much more when it does proc. And this is gonna proc all the goddamn time. Like, you want both of these when you're going infinite. But which would I prefer to start out with? I think it's the smarter play to start out with this. Because, yeah, I like, especially for the rarer things, like the craft fragments and the astral fragments and the unity fragments. It's just, they occur so rarely that the 2% isn't really going to matter that much. I think the 30% makes way more sense, since that happens all the goddamn time. Damage to all, an evasion bonus. There's the attack speed one. I can probably take both of these. Yeah, that's better for damage, but I would rather have the attack speed. Because, like, I could care less about how much damage I'm doing to the second boss, so long as I get rid of the mirrors for the most part, and have the opportunity to let the Storm Temples do damage to the boss. That's the thing that makes me happy. That's what I really care about. And unfortunately, the rest of my equipment is kind of garbage. I mean, the stats on these boots are pretty trash anyway, so even though I'm losing evasion, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Higher evasion, damage to all, crit damage. Yeah, sure. Go for it. I did say the only thing I cared about that chest piece was the evasion. So if I really care about my principles, I should probably take the one that gives more evasion. It only makes sense. I haven't been paying attention about where my villages are. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think I would probably just care about, like, coverage right now, and I can worry about the villages later. Because I am going to want to turn every village into a vampire village, a count's land. And let me think. I think I can do one here, too, right now, without any consequences, right? 'Cause, yeah, there should be no bandit. Oh, it was the third village I placed anyways. A bandit couldn't have spawned on the third one. I'm stupid! In fact, I should have placed that at the one that didn't have its roadside tiles blocked. Because I knew that... Oh, no, that wouldn't have mattered. Because then when I placed the fourth village, it would have still tried to get that one. I mean, I can block these things with, like, a temporary outpost, but it's not that big of a deal. Like, I really don't care. I mean, I might as well start filling out this, this second row here. Because, like, there's no benefit to having a storm temple there, is the only reason I'm filling these spots with suburbs. Is impossible to benefit from a storm temple, since you do need, either horizontal or vertical coverage for the beams. Alright. Maybe I should be caring about where I place these vampire mansions. So village there, village here, village here, village here, here, here. There you go. It's where I was gonna place it anyways. Cool. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Unfortunately, the Oblivion got removed by getting pushed off, so I can't place that village quite yet. But it's not like it's that far away. We're almost to the second boss, which is a little frightening. Because I really don't think my attack speed is where I want it to be right now. Attack speed, attack speed. 26%. Like, let me see what it looks like when I'm fighting something. Because that's really the best. Okay, I should be really careful about placing things at this point. Because that's very high. Yeah, let me see what it looks like when I fight this guy. Pretty fucking slow. Like, really goddamn slow. Some would describe that as not fast at all, even remotely. And I couldn't blame him. I couldn't blame them at all for saying something like that. I think I'm gonna go a few more loops and hope to get more gear with attack speed on it. Dude, you're tempting me, though. With the Storm Temples, I'm always gonna play Storm Temples. Thank God. I really didn't want it to spawn there. The Bookeries, too. Don't get me wrong. I would love to place the Bookeries, but I think I need to be a little bit more careful right now. Because, like, there's no rush. I could just not play any cards and be completely fine for plenty of loops. Okay, this one I can hold because I'm so close to the campfire. I'm likely to pass the campfire before it gets booted off, although that was kind of scary. And lightning fast you need. This also compensates for my lack of attack speed right now, which you'll love to see. That was like the big one I was hoping for. Alright. I was correct. My Storm Temple did not get pushed. What the fuck? Okay. First off, oh, you know what happened there? I was gonna say, why did this, turn into the boss all of a sudden? It's because my Count's lands just turned into Count's lands. That makes sense. Alright, that's fair. Alright, well now I don't have to feel bad about placing Bookeries. I really have to care about my equipment, though. So anything with high attack speed, and I need to check every single piece. This is the fastest attack speed I see for boots. Though I didn't check all of them, truth be told. I just looked at the ones that were a reasonable level. It's not looking like I'm going to replace my my amulet. That's fine. Body armor either, just because I didn't get lucky enough to find any body armor. Weapon is just god-awful. Again, I think the attack speed is more important than any damage right now. Am I crazy? Maybe. I think it makes sense, though. Also, I can play suburbs again. Because it's, no risk. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I just realized. I fucked up, one placement here. Thank God I got the Oblivion. What would I have done if that was a suburb? But yeah, I didn't, think about the vertical when I placed that suburb. Like, there's no fucking space for me to place these suburbs. It's kind of pathetic. Like, the saddest suburb setup of all time. Whatever. Start this one going. And move on. Do I think we stand a chance at the second boss? Honestly, I'm not sure. Like, my damage is not spectacular. I just kind of have to hope that the lightning carries. Because, like, normally I have forests. Like, all of these suburbs, or at least half of them, would be, like, buffed forests with rivers, which really, really increases your attack speed. Believe it or not, the thing that increases your attack speed does, in fact, increase the attack speed, the speed at which you are attacking. Are all of my villages roadsides covered? That's covered. That's covered, yeah. I don't know why I'm so bad at reading this. So if I place a vampire mansion here, even though it is like, yeah, it's a waste of space, I'm getting double coverage. You know, I had an Oblivion. I don't even know why I cared so much. But whatever. Whatever, it doesn't matter. That one I'm actually going to have to fight by myself. Because I don't have the archers to support it. But I should be fine. I should be completely fine. That's the last suburb I can place there. No, I don't want to place another village. I had to think about it, though. I did have to think about it. I think this is probably still best for this. Oh, and I think I have 100% bookery coverage, don't I? Yes, I do. So it actually doesn't matter how inefficient I am with my placement. The only reason to place more bookeries is just to flex and to get the primary effect of it, re-rolling cards, which is a good effect. It is a good effect. Am I going crazy? Like, double-checking my work here? Yeah, I think that, every tile, except the campfire tile, which doesn't matter, is covered by, bookery influence. Which doesn't matter now, because only one of them is abandoned, but it will matter. It will matter. Believe you me. It does make a difference. Love to see the storm temples. Not super ecstatic to see the suburbs, especially because I'm almost out of places where I can fit suburbs. Oh, there it goes. There it goes again. The bookeries, they're hitting fast and furious here. You gotta be quick on this. You're gonna roll over something you care about. Accidentally rolled over my 6-link. They don't let you do that anymore, right? Am I crazy? Like, did they always prevent you from rolling over a 6-socket and 6-link? I'm talking Path of Exile, for those curious. I don't think they used to protect you from that. But now they do. Now you can just, like, if you really don't care about anything other than 6-socket or 6-link, you can just spam the shit out of those currencies, and the game will stop you when you hit the max. I guess it is the max. I shouldn't say exclusively to a 6-socket and 6-link. If you had a, you know, if you were doing it on like a helmet or so, it would also block that up to the max. But let's see. Let's see how the boss fares. And also, I took out that ransacked village completely fine, so maybe I shouldn't be as concerned as I am right now. I've got the support from the 2 outposts, which does make a huge difference. If not just to pull aggression from the boss to save you from a few hits. It is kind of a big deal. So let's see. Let's see how it goes. Also, am I crazy or is my system audio is a bit loud? I thought it was. It wasn't off by that much, but I could tell that my system audio was a little bit too loud. And that explains why the music felt a little bit louder than normal. Dude, this is going amazingly. It's not going to go super well now that one of the dudes is... Oh, that lightning hit. That lightning hit means the world. Oh, dude, these lightning hits are incredible. You love to see it. Oh, that was really lucky. Like, it passed through the mirrors basically every single time, even though there were still, like, 40% to 60% at sometimes. So now I'm just fucking cruising. I don't really care about my equipment for a while. I do have, like, a very long time until the next boss spawns. And the reason I say it's a very long time is because literally the only other tile I care about placing... well, I guess I care about a few more vampire mansions, but for the most part, the only tile I really care about placing at this point, I should probably take that, is, storm temples, which are rare. So I'm not going to get an opportunity to do that too often. Once I start spreading out the storm temples, though, I can place some more cemeteries down, and that'll make me feel a little bit more confident to do that. Sorry. Worst sentence I've constructed in a while. What was I trying to get the point across there? I was trying to say, once I have more storm temples, I can place more cemeteries confidently, and that allows me... Like here, for example, there's no reason I couldn't place a cemetery here if it's in the right spot. But case in point, more cemeteries means more enemies, which means more cards, which means I get storm temples more frequently. So let's hope. Unfortunately, not in the cards. How about this tile, though? Oh, did I fuck something up there? Oh, no, that's a village. I saw the ghouls there, and I was like, I accidentally placed a cemetery. No, that's right. I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna hold off until I get some more. I know there definitely are places that are, like, single storm templed up. Maybe that's good enough, honestly. Like, I'm not gonna place one here, because there's 0 storm temple action. But there's no reason I couldn't place one here. That's probably fine. It's probably fine. And I should get 100% coverage on Vampire Mansions. Just need 2 more. And then I can just worry about the villages. You know, and one thing I should be doing with Bookeries, even though I already have 100% placement for them, I should just be blocking the roadside tiles where villages are going to be, so that I can place them without bandit camp spawning. Keep, like, second-guessing myself that there's something else I should be doing here, but I think I'm fine. I think the meme build is actually taking off, believe it or not. I know there were doubts. There were plenty of doubts in my own mind as well. I was definitely a doubter. But I think it's pretty set in stone at this point. I probably should still concern myself with maxing out the campfire tile. Even though I know that's going to be like, you know, actually, now that I think about it, no. I was going to say, now that I think about it, I shouldn't really care about the campfire tile after I kill all the bosses, but it still does occupy this tile. I mean, there are, like, you know, you could write a function to get a heat map of, like, most effective placement for your storm temples, because, like, storm temples along this row, you're getting extreme bang for your buck. Like, you get so much coverage with one storm temple. So stacking this, like, this alley up seems great. Whereas, like, on this horizontal here, did I call that a vertical? On this horizontal here, there's only 3 tiles that you're covering. So, like, you could make a good point that I should maybe put, like, suburbs here and try and get, like, towns going, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal one way or another. I think it's funnier and more of a meme build if I just completely saturate every single possible tile with storm temples. And hey, I mean, if the meme build goes far enough, I might even oblivion all of these suburbs that are occupying spaces storm temples could be used. Because I don't think there's any problem with removing a suburb. I can check that, I guess. Yeah, there you go. There's no problem removing suburbs after you've placed them. Because, like, suburbs, one of the things with suburbs is that you can only place them to adjacent suburbs. But after you've placed them, there's no problem with removing the connections. Which is nice, because the only reason I had these lines here was so that I could access all of the corners. And I don't really have a need for them anymore. I mean, sure, I'm getting more suburbs. You're not wrong. I guess I should look at that as a positive in and of itself, but I'm not. Suburbs aren't really that big of a deal. I think I don't know. I'm just so attracted to the idea of literally every single tile that could possibly have a storm temple on it, having a storm temple on it. That's, it would make a great thumbnail, too. Don't get me wrong. It would make a great thumbnail. So I'm just, like, I'm placing that there exclusively to block future bandit camp spawns. It's the only reasoning for that. I guess I should place more cemeteries in the mix to get more cards going. I just saw my mistake, and it's making me cringe a little bit. I placed that cemetery off by 1. Oh, and that messed up every single one of these. Wait, no I didn't. No, I didn't. Okay, wait. That would be, oh god. Oh, no, 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 no. That would be a village. Sorry, the way this is structured freaked me out. That would be a village. I did it right. I did it right. Though I did have a minor panic attack there. It's freaking me out that the ransacked villages don't look like villages. I mean, that's how they work, but... Okay, we're fine then. I still need a vampire mansion before I place another village there. Is there a village spot that I already have set up? No, unfortunately not. Like, maybe here? If that is a village spot? That's a village spot. Village. Oh, there you go. Look at that. I have no idea. How many villages do I have right now? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that was the bandit spawn, which means I can place this one free of guilt, right? Nothing bad's gonna happen? Yeah, okay. And I'll place a bookery on top and get ready to vampire that when I get the chance. Oh, did I see the butterfly proc? Do I even have the butterfly? I do. I think I saw the butterfly give me a full orb of afterlife there. Love to see it. You love to see it. I'm holding my own against combat here. Like, I was expecting the regular combat to be a complete fucking mess until I had the Storm Temple set up, but it's going fine. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. We're getting somewhat close. You know what? I should pause here, because I do have an Oblivion. So even though it's going to spawn a bandit camp, I might as well just spawn the bandit camp. And Oblivion it. Like, I still can use my Oblivions. Although, maybe I don't. Maybe I actually save them for getting rid of these suburbs, now that I think about it. Like, there's no rush, and we're starting to see my, my inabilities come into play when there was, I think, 2 quest monsters there. But, you know, you just always expect quest fights to be a little bit rough. Yeah, I think I do preserve Oblivions for the, edge side suburbs. And just be safe about my village placement. Like, currently, all of my villages are roadblocked. That's my new terminology. I've coined the term. But I need to roadblock another spot for a village before I place one. Ooh, love it. Absolutely love every opportunity to, I'm 1 tile away from maxing out the campfire. And I have to imagine that all of the bosses do have some level of a defense stat, so the Storm Temple should shred them. What's the formula on it? It was like flat damage that scales with loop level, plus defense times amount of Storm Temples? So every point of defense multiplied by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 when I get the last one. That's not bad. Especially because I'm pretty sure defense scales with loop level as well, so we're double scaling them. And like I said, there's no reason to be optimal. I mean, I guess technically it would be optimal to use more bookeries than vampire mansions, because at least I do get something out of additional bookeries, other than the abandoned bookery AoE. I'm getting, like, the primary effect of re-rolling my cards, the more of those that I place. But if I'm not getting any, like, I've got so many road tiles to go, like, I don't really care that much. If it lets me block space for another village, I'm satisfied. Alright, since I might fight the boss relatively soon, I probably should care about my equipment a bit. Damage is worse. It's kind of surprising. Especially for this one, because it's a blue. Usually blues have stronger stats, but whatever. That just has counter on it. Honestly, that's a decent enough counter stat for me to be satisfied. Though, the attack speed on the 3rd boss isn't really that strong. I saw some people saying that counter is a bad stat, which just baffles me. Because, like, I think there is a hidden mechanic to it. I think when you counter an enemy, it does change your attack focus to the enemy that you countered. So yeah, technically one hidden side effect of counter is that you're constantly switching targets. But if your damage is so bad that switching targets is like a big deal to you, then you're probably fucked anyways. The counter stat isn't the problem there. And counter is super important when you don't have any stamina, which is pretty common in this game. I also, like, I don't know, the stamina, I defended the stamina system in, like, one of my first streams of this game, but the stamina is just weird the way it's done. For one, there's no way of increasing your stamina at all. Like, you would think that would make sense as, like, a stat. There's no way of increasing stamina or stamina recovery. It's just like a flat, you know, when you attack, it's going to cost this much stamina. When you evade, it's going to cost this much stamina. And you have a finite amount that recharges pretty fucking slowly, especially when you run out of stamina. Maybe I'm wrong, and, like, stamina recharge also scales with, like, attack speed to some degree, but it gets outpaced by your attack speed no matter what, so it doesn't really matter that much. The biggest thing that I find weird about stamina is originally my idea for why it existed was because I thought you could get evasion to 100%. And then stamina was just a way of, like, yeah, you can evade up to a certain amount, and then you have to recharge. So you are weak for a little bit. Like, evasion isn't just something that's going to make you invincible, but evasion's already capped at 75% anyways. So I don't really know why stamina exists. it just kind of punishes attack speed for seemingly no reason, and more than anything, it makes fights with spiders miserable, which is why I was super excited to never have to deal with spiders again using this meme build. Because spiders, like, already slow you by 20% just by being in combat with spiders. Tack on the fact that they're constantly stunning you, and I think it costs stamina to break out of their stun. You're just, like, always out of stamina and, like, exhausted during spider fights. Your attack speed is constantly, like, in the negative 80% range. It's just miserable. It's just miserable. Don't really like the stamina mechanic. I just think it's weirdly done. But counter, I love, and because the stamina system is kind of fucked, and attack speed is not as great as you think it is, and evasion is, like, still one of the best defensive stats, but evasion isn't as great as you think it is either, especially if you have really high attack speed. I think evasion makes most sense on, like, the Necromancer, because the Necromancer has such abysmally slow attack speed to begin with, that you're probably, even with, like, a ton of forests and rivers, you're probably not going to get exhausted on too many fights, which means you can still evade for the majority of the fight. Whereas, I didn't go over it when I talked about stamina seconds ago, but stamina not only drastically lowers your attack speed when you run out of stamina, it also lowers your evasion. Not by that much, though. Like, I think it's like 25% or something, so if you're maxed evasion, you go from 75% to 50%, which is not that big of a deal. It's just weirdly balanced, man. I don't understand it. But it does make fights, like, like super counterintuitively, the faster your attack speed, the longer some fights are going to take. Especially with spiders, because you're just going to be constantly exhausted during them. It's kind of gross. That being said, I don't know where my end goal was. I think counter is good. That's my end goal, is I wanted to say that the counter stat is really good for those prolonged periods of being exhausted mid-fight. It lets you do some consistent damage to the enemies. The one downside to counter is that it doesn't scale as well as, like, evasion does on rogue, for example, because evasion is like a base stat to boots for the rogue, but there is no base stat for counter, and all of the, like, modifiers that are tacked on to an item and not the base stat for the item scale significantly worse with loot level and item level. So, like, with, like, primo optimal gear, I think you probably could get close to 100% counter, but it's much, much harder than getting to 75% or max evasion. I mean, even 75% counter is going to be hard to do. And, oh, hey, look at that! I forgot I could place it in the middle, so that's 14, right? We got 4, we got 9, we got, am I dumb? I am dumb, but... Yeah, okay, and the one in the middle. I didn't count the one in the middle. We got 14. He's done it. He's actually counted. I told you I graduated first grade. No one believed me. No one believed me until I started counting live on stream. Who's laughing now? I did block that, so I can place that freely. I haven't been paying attention to my cards in a while. It's not that big of a deal, though. Like, I'm so fucking stacked on Storm Temples at this point that I don't think my character is probably ever going to die. Like, literally ever going to die. Can't place one there, because I need at least one Vampire Mansion. Bummer. I could place one there, though. That's fine. Oh, hey, look at that. And now I can freely place a village, even though that wasn't the one that would have spawned a bandit camp anyways. Still, you know, good to be on the safe side. Because you need all of your villages road-blocked in order to block bandits. Because it's not just the village that you're placing that needs to be road-blocked. If you have an open village anywhere on the map, it's going to try and spawn a bandit camp. But I think we're cruising. Oh yeah, I didn't even mention why I didn't stream yesterday. Sorry. Normally that's like the first thing I start off the stream with, like, hey guys, yeah, I didn't stream again, I know. But I forgot this time, because I was talking about my, like, audio issues with my microphone that are hopefully fixed. By the way, since you're here, please let me know if there's, like, weird crackling with my mics. Or mics, plural, with my mic. Because hopefully I fixed the weird crackling. It wasn't, like, super noticeable anyways. Like, I had to really listen for it. But once I heard it, I couldn't get it out of my head. Like, I heard it all the time. Oh, I guess I could have an additional boss. Storm Temple now. I mean, this is basically irrelevant for the meme build and also for the third boss. Fuss is kinda relevant. I would get 14% and then 7%. I think that's... Fuss is also just good in general. I think that's the best play there. It's been fine as far as you've noticed. That's good. I really do think it was the audio filters that I had through OBS that were causing the crackling. But yeah, I didn't talk about why I didn't stream yesterday. I had full intention of streaming when I went to bed the night before. But I was not expecting to be woken up like 3 hours later to have the security guy come and fix the security system for the house. Which I know that's like a story I talked about like 2 weeks ago during the Minecraft stream. I think it was the last Minecraft stream I did, but yeah, the security guy finally showed up. He was supposed to come that week, but if you have any experience scheduling any sort of, like, utility service, that's just kind of how it goes. They say they're going to show up at a certain time, and then they just don't show up sometimes. So they came yesterday, and it took them, like, 2 hours, like an hour and a half to 2 hours to fix the whole system, which, you know, it's not the most pleasant thing to be woken up 3 hours into sleep and have to, like, leave your room while someone does maintenance on something. And I was just the whole time being like, all right, like, we're almost done here, right? Like, I can go back to bed, but it took ages. Which I'm not gonna complain, like, you know, I'm sure he was doing his best. But, I guess if I'm to complain about anything, it would be my mom's scheduling. But she probably just scheduled to whatever they had available. Which is fine. But yeah, even after the 2 hours and I went back to bed, or tried to go back to bed, it still took like another few hours before I actually fell asleep because, like, no matter how tired I am, if it's bright outside, because, like, I have curtains that... I've got huge fucking windows in my room. So no matter how good the curtains are, basically, it's always going to be bright when it's daytime. And that was indeed the case. It was bright as hell, and I couldn't fall asleep. So I slept until, like, I don't know. I mean, it's weird to say I slept until, like, 8 p.m. I did, but it's not like I was sleeping throughout the whole day. I was up for, like, 5 hours, and then went back to bed. But that's why I didn't stream yesterday. Unexpected arrival. You know, my mom, she did try to warn me, but it wasn't the most effective warning, because the first I heard that the security guy was coming was a text message at, like, oh, I can check my phone here. It was at, like, some ridiculous time, though. The first I heard of it was 4:53 a.m. yesterday, which I was already asleep by 4:53 a.m. But I love that she assumed that I was awake, because she was like, you should sleep in the guest room, because he's going to need to come into your room and do maintenance. So she really did try to warn me. But I would say warning me 3 hours in advance of the appointment, and also while I was asleep is unfortunately a little bit too late. Just slightly too late. Almost got it though. Alright, so I guess I can start placing cemeteries here now that I've got that line going. Oh, and I should place that village too, since I have like plenty of tiles in advance roadblocked. Roadblocking out of control. Oh, look at that, 2 villages. I might be overstepping by placing this many in a row, because that is like a huge line of ghouls, ghosts, and goblins that I've got going here. But I really haven't had any difficulty with combat. Even in the combat encounters that aren't lightninged up. Most of the combat encounters here are lightninged up, but like these that I was fighting before I placed the Storm Temple were going completely fine. Nothing to be concerned with. So you love to see it. This is like the earliest I've had this many roadside and road tiles placed. Feels good. Let's see how the 4th boss goes. This is going to be the scariest fight. My evasion is honestly not where I would like to see it, because evasion is by far the most important stat for this boss. I can't really do anything to fix that, though. The boss does, like, stupid amounts of damage. Hopefully, like, I'll be saved by smokescreen a little bit. You do kill the dogs in the fight. I mean, I would love to kill the boss before the dogs, because I think the boss is more dangerous. But you don't always get to... Like, even without counter. Because, like, some people will say, well, yeah, if you didn't have the counter stat, then it would be more likely that you kill the boss. But no, this boss specifically, like, taunts you, doesn't it? Escapes to the astral plane after 3 hits and forces the hero to attack another target. This might just be a wording thing again. Like, does it force me to attack a different target even if I'm not attacking the Hunter's Hound? Who fucking knows? I don't know. That might just be a wording thing. Maybe I am just at fault for focusing on the counter stat. But the boss attacks more frequently than the dogs anyway, so I am more likely to counter to the boss. Man, my counter stat isn't even that high. I don't even know why I'm making a big deal of my counter stat. My counter stat has nothing to do with this fight right now. Yikes, dude. The crits are kind of killing me here. But we've got this. Oh, dude. Was that the lightning that just shredded him? He had so much HP and it just vanished. Alright. Whatever the case was, the fight went fine. And I'm not concerned about the last boss at all, because the boss... like, all of its abilities basically mean nothing to me. Except, obviously, it has the capability of just cheap-shotting me, removing my max HP stat, and then one-shotting me, like it did last time I fought it. That would be sad. That would definitely get me down. But at the same time, I think I'm just gonna focus on evasion for now. It's like a really piss-poor evasion stat on that. There you go, that's better. But yeah, like, the primary source of my damage, and the only stat that I really care about, is my stat that lets me redirect lightning and magic attacks. Which, for all I know, the last boss might do magic damage. If the last boss does magic damage, he literally can't hurt me, no matter what he does. But I honestly kind of forget. I didn't really ever check if he does magic damage or not. But I definitely want my evasion to be as high as possible, just for the times where he might erase my max HP stat. That would be pretty bad. Also, why is my max HP going out of control even though I don't have either of the traits that increase my max HP? It's because I have supply items, like the camp items at home. Primarily, I think the ones being activated right now are the, I think it's like 1% of base max HP for every full resource that I have. And since I didn't take the, drop off 10% at camp, that means that I'm just stockpiling like a shit ton of resources here. that are really helping the cause. Dude, you love to see this. Another 2 villages prepared. Oh, wait! No, I can't place one here, unfortunately. So there. I need... Oh, and that's actually literally it. Like, that's it. Like, I'm out. I need 1 vampire mansion, and I fully have all of my village tiles roadblocked. That's good. That's good. And I'm glad I'm getting these fights taken care of early on, because the skeleton archers are kind of a pain in the ass. And especially, like, the damage value on skeletons goes pretty crazy high, especially the archers, when they're actually being used as archers. And what I mean by actually being used as archers is when you actually fight the skeletons in their own tile, like you'll see right here. They have a huge damage buff for being in the first row. It's, yes, minus 60% damage in the first row. So when their damage isn't being nerfed to basically non-existent, they actually hurt pretty bad. They actually hurt pretty bad. Alright, keep Oblivion on the suburbs. Yeah, might as well do that. No more villages. Love to see storm temples. But I think we've reached the peak. I think that this run already has a crown. Because even if I do get cheap one-shot by the last boss, I did well enough on the previous boss fights that I still have a resurrection. Yeah, we all get it, dude. We all get it. Your 20% chance can proc multiple times. Don't get it up again, please. For your own sake, don't get up again. It's just sad watching me knock you back down every time. Like, yeah, why? Was that not a vampire mage? No, it was. It must have been. I was like, why am I not seeing vampire mages more frequently? And I think the answer is that I am seeing vampire mages more frequently. I'm just not noticing it because they're dying, like, instantly. My bad. Not paying attention enough. Yep, that's a vampire mage. What are my astral orbs looking at? I already have 1 astral orb. Like I said, like, I haven't even started looping. Like, really looping. I'm just kind of, like, chilling here before the 4th boss, and I already have an astral orb. Which, yeah, I know this is kind of inflated a bit, because I do have a 100% chance to block magic damage, but still, like, vampire mages are one of the best enemies in the game. If you have an opportunity to fight them, I think you should. Like, how much damage do they even do? Compared to, like, other enemies here? It's doing... Well, I mean, the archer is nerfed, truth be told. No, but, like, look at that fucking skeleton! He's doing 117 damage? Granted, it takes 3 seconds for him to attack. I don't know, that's not that ridiculous of a damage comparison there. Wait, did the tome do more damage than the vampire mage? Am I going crazy? That's surprising to me. And it does have a chance of going to 200% of its damage value also. But it can also hurt its friends, so I don't know. The tomes aren't that bad either. Dude, I'm getting some eye strain. It's been a while since I had really bad eye strain. But I think that this game actually blocks flux. Like, if there's one complaint I could make about the game that's not actually about the game, but about the software, it would be that the full screen mode is a bit weirdly finicky. And I do think it somehow bypasses flux. It wouldn't be the first software to bypass flux, but it is not super helpful to my eye strain. Because, like, I always have some level of flux on. Even when it's not nighttime. Because I'm a crazy little freak like that. I should probably prioritize getting, like, 100% coverage before I stack up on this row. I mean, I love to stack up on this row, like I said earlier. But I think any amount of coverage is more important than double coverage or triple coverage or beyond. Is that the last village? I think I'm villaged out. I think I do not need to place any other villages for the remainder of my days. I'm just like spamming roadside tiles to max out the board. I mean, at this point, there really is a good argument that I should probably be using the outposts as an actual thing that helps me, but I don't care. I think the outposts actually kind of detract a little bit more than they add, because having the little soldiers there to help me out means that the lightning doesn't have a 100% chance of hitting either me or the enemy. Like, lightning is wasted if it hits one of the guys from the outpost. So, probably better off running solo. Dude, my hair is so fucking garbage today. I had, like, awful water pressure on my shower for a number of reasons. One, I think that my mom was running the sprinkler. And two, like, is this just a Texas water thing? Am I about to make, like... Why the fuck did I place a suburb there to begin? Oh, because I needed to. I got mad at myself for no reason. I might, like, gross people out to an extreme degree, like, oh, your water is that nasty? I think it is, to some degree, just a Texas water thing. But, maybe it's a everywhere thing. Who knows? But if you leave, like, obviously, like, I'm cleaning my shower, but not often. Like, things that you clean when you're cleaning out your shower, you clean, like, because I have glass, like, doors. I don't have curtains. So, clean the glass door to the shower. Clean, like, the tile on the walls, and because it's a bathtub shower, clean the tub as well. These are things that you normally clean, but I don't think most people think about cleaning their shower head. But that's at least something we have to do in Texas, because, like, the little, like, I don't know, the holes, like the pinholes in the shower head where the water comes out, frequently gets clogged with, like, minerals, because Texas water is, I guess, pretty mineral heavy. Yeah, you should do that everywhere. Okay, cool. So it's not just me. But yeah, it does get frequently clogged. So I cleaned that today. And because the minerals were no longer clogging like half of the pinholes in the shower head, water was actually flowing out at the level it should. And decreased my water pressure. Which I guess is expected when you do something like that. And, like, sinks too? Yeah, probably. Someone should get on that. No, I do. I usually, like, whenever and now this is gonna make me look bad because I haven't shaved in, like, forever. But especially when I'm shaving. Is this not? Oh, no, that is covered. I always typically clean, like, my entire bathroom counter after shaving, because hair just goes everywhere. It's impossible to avoid. It's so fucking messy. Like, that's honestly, that is, like, the primary reason I find, like, grooming beard and mustache so fucking annoying, is the fact that it just leaves hair absolutely everywhere. It's not fun. Don't like it. I know there are products that help alleviate that. Like, there is that one, like, just massive fucking bib, basically, that's supposed to, like, catch hair as you shave yourself. As ridiculous as it is, I do think that, you know, there is a market for that kind of thing, and I might get one at some point, because it really is, like, tiny little beard and mustache hairs scattered, like, all over the place is the most tedious thing to clean up. Very annoying. Which is why I don't do it. Just never, ever groom your beard. It'll be fine. I mean, you know. Outside of, like, the regular asks from my mom to just shave it all off because she thinks I look better cleanly shaved. But, like, why do parents do... Especially, I don't know, maybe it's just, like, a mom thing. Maybe it's just a my mom thing. But my mom is so concerned about what I look like. It's like, you know, I'm not really asking my, like, 50 to 60-year-old mom for, fashion advice, but thank you. Thanks for your concern. It's big who asked energy. Like, yeah, you know, I would probably definitely look better if I at least, like, groomed my beard and mustache every now. I do groom my mustache sometimes. Like, I did that, like, a week ago or so, just because mustaches in particular, it's just so fucking annoying to eat food with if you, have, like, a completely ungroomed mustache. Like, the hairs get so fucking long that it is impossible to eat without mustache hair going in your mouth. I don't really think it's like that, though. Well, no, I guess it is somewhat like that. Like, I think my mom thinks that, like, I don't know. I guess she's really just projecting herself into the situation, which is kind of weird. But I know that she wants me to look good for you. She says that sometimes, or at least she did. Like, especially, like, around times where, you know, we were organizing a visit, she would be like, you need to get a haircut quick because Cassidy's coming. I'm like, Cassidy doesn't really, like, she has literally never talked about not liking my hair like this. So. And sometimes you have told me to get a haircut, and I usually do. But, yeah, exactly. I am getting roasted on a regular basis. That's the life. That's what I have to live with. That's not that bad. It could be worse. I usually just file it in the ignore section of my brain and move on. Got a lot of cards. See, that's why tomes are so good. Tomes have, like, a really high chance of giving you just a stupid amount of cards, and I love it. Another positive effect of having bookeries. Like, bookeries are just, this is one of the best cards. Have I already filled out all my road tiles? I think that, so she's got a point. She's got a point on that regard. I am definitely, reaching a bit with my current girlfriend, but, you know, I'm glad it's worked out so far. It's always nice if you're on the reaching end. If you get a chance, I would recommend it. Because having someone who is significantly more attractive than you, it's better on my end, that's for sure. I just don't have any style. Like, that's the most blunt way I can put it. I have no style. I have no grace. This Kong has a funny face. Like, I've literally been wearing the same clothes I've had since I was in, like, some of my clothes I've had since I was in elementary school. One of the perks of being a weird little lanky freak is my arms and my legs grew, but my body size stayed about the same. So a lot of shirts that I had, like, at the later years of elementary school still fit me. Yeah, that's me. You got it. I, like, literally my fashion sense is I literally pick the first thing out of the drawer that I find. And saying drawer, you know, I was gonna cover up the fact that I literally have all of my clean clothes just sitting at, like, a pile in the corner of my room. Because that's how I live. I grab the first clothes off of the clean clothes pile, and that's what I wear for the day. It's a pretty nice strat for convenience. I gotta be real. Alright, I think now I'm gonna stack up this row. It's gonna be the fuck corridor. That is cool, dude. That's as cool as it gets. fingerless gloves are in. But I don't know. Like, if you want me to wear a certain kind of fashion, just buy me the clothes and put it at the top of the pile, and that's what I'll wear for the day. With some exceptions. If there is one article of clothing that's more annoying to put on, that'll probably be in the lesser frequently worn tier of my clothing. Because I know immediately you're going to come out and say, well, I did buy you that one shirt, Will. I bought you that shirt. Why don't you wear that shirt? First off, I do wear the shirt sometimes. And secondly, yeah, it's got buttons, dude. It's got buttons on it. That's way too much for my fucking Texan brain. I can't work buttons. Are you kidding me? Are you crazy? But like, really, if I'm given the option from a shirt that I just pull over my body like a sock, and something I have to button up, I'm taking the sock option. Give me sock clothing. I keep like thinking I need to place things, but I'm out of roadside tiles and I'm out of road tiles. So literally the only thing I place are landscape, storm temples. Why do I always forget the name of storm temple? All three of these options are really bad for me. So you might say Hunter's Mark, Hunter's Mark. Most of the time, I mean, I am probably getting a few fair kills at this point in the game, but like once I lightning up my entire board, the lightning's gonna be doing more work than I am, damage-wise. So I don't think I really respect this. It is like the objective right choice between all three of these, but I'm gonna take that because it helps me fill up my board. And even if that only procs like once, like it takes a long time for storm temples to show up. So even just rarely getting that 10% proc is gonna save me a decent bit of time. Believe you me. And believe in the you that believes in me, and believe in the me that believes in you. Aniki? We're gonna find a way through this. I'm not super concerned about the last boss, but I also am not in a huge rush to fight it, because then I would have to place a bunch of tiles that I don't want to place. Like, that's fucking crazy to me. I've seriously maxed out my roadside and my road tiles, and have like a decent amount of landscape tiles placed, and the fourth boss still hasn't spawned yet? What's going on, dude? What's happening? I'm in fucking Bizarro world. Something ain't right here. Something's fucky. I should probably wear new equipment, but like, have you seen my HP? It doesn't go down. It literally doesn't go down. Like, you see that number that's currently decreasing? Never goes down. I don't know what to tell you. Alright, fine. I'll equip new equipment. Yeah, sure. That looked better. Magic damage, damage to all is what I'm going to prioritize. Magic damage, damage to all, magic damage, damage to all. Dude, a lot of picks for magic damage, damage to all. I think I'll take the two that have an evasion bonus. Look at that, almost maxed evasion. Damage to all. Magic damage, crit chance? And crit damage? Sure, go for it. And sure. I don't even want to look at my old boots. Oh, look at that! I decreased my evasion through those last two equips. You love to see it. Please stop resurrecting. Please stop, dude. Please. Thanks. Thank you. I am still getting the benefit from these suburbs that are isolated, right? I guess I didn't really check. I assume I am. I assume I am. It's not like an abandoned suburb that gets no benefit. No, it's fine. Yeah, it just says can only be placed next to other suburbs. It says nothing about, like, can only exist next to other suburbs. So that's fine. Keep stacking it, dude. Stack 'em. Every child's favorite pastime. You ever have one of those kids at your school that tries to speedrun stacking cups? I think I was lucky enough to be saved. I don't think I experienced the stacking cup kids. There are definitely some kids in the genre that totally would be cup stacking kids, but at least didn't do it at school. But I definitely knew a few people who I'd call cup stackers. Not that that's a bad thing, you know? If you were a cup stacker, don't feel ashamed. Cup stackers unite. You know, I've got a fucking yo-yo that I don't know how to use. I think that's, like, way more embarrassing, is being into a weird hobby like that and not even being good at it. Like, that's the worst. If you're at least good at it, then, like, good for you, dude. I can't fucking do shit with my yo-yo. It's it's one of those yo-yos that doesn't come back to you. One of those cool kid yo-yos. I don't know the actual name for it. But, the most I can do for it is, like, have it come back to me. I can, like, loop it around itself and then pull it back. I forget there's, like, a special yo-yo name for it. I don't remember it. The last time I touched the yo-yo was, like, over 2 years ago. One of these days, man, you're gonna start seeing yo-yo streams. I'm gonna be the yo-yo man. It'll happen. But I don't really have a good setup for that right now. I mean, for one, my camera is incredibly shitty. And for two, like, my ceiling is very low since we moved into this place. Like, with my fan running, I wouldn't feel very safe using a yo-yo here. I'm pretty sure I would either immediately break my fan, immediately break my yo-yo, or immediately break myself. And I don't want to test to see which comes first. Like, I'm trying to stay focused in this run, but there's really nothing to talk about, right? Like, it's gonna be fucking ages until I get to fight this boss. It's kind of bumming me out. But I guess that's just what you get when the primary tile you care about is a special tile. Because it does seem like most frequently drawn are landscape tiles. Like, look at the amount of landscape tiles I'm getting. I think second most frequently is roadside, third most frequently is road tiles, and then the rarest of the rare are the special. Even though you do place these as if they're a landscape tile, it's categorized as a special tile. Look at me with those special eyes. Like, I can't even AFK at this point. Like, I could AFK and, like, survive easily. But the point I'm trying to make is if I AFK, I'm probably going to miss a storm temple, and I can't have that. Or an oblivion. Excuse me, or an oblivion, which is also a special tile, by the way, in case people were wondering. The only two tiles I care about are special. Or two cards, not tiles, I guess. I haven't had a single proc of my 10% to not use a card, by the way. Card Sharp. Card Sharp has not procced. Love to see it. It's actually taken me fucking ages to go through a single loop. But it doesn't feel like it. Like, I can tell because I'm getting equipment so rarely, right? But as far as, like, the cards I'm getting, like, a stupid amount of cards. In basically every encounter. Like, did you see that one encounter I got an Oblivion, and in the same encounter, the Oblivion almost got pushed out of my deck? Because of how many cards I got in the one fight? Getting way too many cards, man. You know, when I was playing this game off camera, for a decent amount of time, I had the sound effects going while I was playing music, similar to this. But now I remembered why I muted the sound effects too. Eventually the fucking tink-tink noise of getting books of memories got to me, because the sound effect plays constantly. It's like, I get it. Thank you. Thank you for that ding. It's also like, I don't know, it's not louder than the rest of the sound effects, but it stands out because of its frequency. Oh, look at that, dude! Did I just get a shit ton of Count's lands, or what was that? I can't tell if that was enemies spawning. Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, everything! Like, basically my entire map turned into Count's lands just there. I think these are the last 3 to go, and they should finish on this loop. That was a sight to behold. I would still love to prioritize magic damage to all on basically every piece of equipment. I said I wanted to care about evasion for the 4th boss, but, you know. I don't think it matters that much. My evasion's at 55% without even really trying, mostly because of these weapons and the boots. In fact, oh, no, and the amulet. Don't scoff at the amulet. So basically everything except my body armor has evasion on it, coincidentally. I wasn't trying to. I just cared about the magic damage to all. Oh, fuck, the boots aren't even magic damage to all. What the fuck? Who did this to me? Who fucking did this? And you know what? Give me fucking... No, I should care about evasion for the boss. I thought about it, though. But that wouldn't be a pro gamer move. Oh, look at that. One lightning strike eradicated that guy. I'm sad that the lightning damage can't be scaled, like, speed-wise, you know? Speed-wise scaling. Because I would have preferred if each additional lightning guy sped up the 5 seconds that it takes for lightning to strike, instead of scaling it on damage and defense. Like, scaling damage via defense is very strange. But I guess that means that, like, certain characters can kind of plan for that. Like, you could use these storm temples even when you don't have a 100% chance to reflect it, if you just don't get defense on your character. Which, Rogue, you could definitely, like, avoid defense if you wanted it. And Necromancer if you don't pick the... What's it called? If you don't take the Arsenal, which it popped in my head before I even looked at it. You could avoid defense entirely. Because I don't think... Defense isn't one of the Necromancer's stats. It's just the shield that has the base stat of defense, I think. I might be wrong on that. I might be wrong. Oh, he's gotten the Oblivion back. Also, wait, maybe I did get a proc earlier. Because I do remember there was one time I tried to play a card, and then it just popped back in my hand, and I was like, wait, did the card just not play? I must have misclicked, but I don't think I did misclick. I think it was the, card sharp procking, and I'm a dummy. I do find myself being a dummy on the regular. Just prolonging the fight for no reason. Give up, zombies. Give up. Don't eat your friend. You don't need to. You can see the outcome of this fight a mile away. I can, at least. Maybe I'm being too hard on him. I wish that skeletons could have skeleton mages, man. Because, like, the Necromancer can spawn, like, multiple different melee skeletons. as well as archer skeletons and magic skeletons. And if there were magic skeletons, woo! My magic reflect would be real excited over that concept. Not that it really needs to get that much more excited. Like, it's going fine. It's going just fine. This run is an hour and a half long, huh? And it's not even just the stream. The stream has been going for an hour 40 minutes, but I didn't start the timer until I started the run. An hour and a half, and I still haven't fought the 4th boss. I don't want it to be like that! Like, I mean, I could speed up the process and play a bunch of suburbs, but that's not really what the run is about. It's about filling up literally every possible tile with storm temples, because it's funny. Effective? Not really. There are much more effective strategies. This might be an effective, like, late-game strategy, because I really think that once everything is storm templed up, literally nothing will be able to kill me. Because maximum, it'll take... Well, I guess maximum it'll take 15 seconds to clear out a fight. Like, the skeletons are dying in one hit the lightning, and it's probably gonna stay like that forever. The only thing that would be slightly concerning is, well, no! I was gonna say, if my character doesn't target the magic vampires. There you go. But that doesn't matter, because the magic vampires are always going to target me, and I'm gonna reflect their damage, so whatever. It's whatever. No biggie. But I'm just excited to see what the last boss looks like at this point. And there you go. All of my villages are fully counted up. You'll love to see it. Should probably get some magic damage to all. Absolutely love it. Magic damage to all, perhaps. Both of those would be nice. No? Just one or the other? I sleep. I refuse to put on any equipment that's not magic damage to all, except my boots, because I kind of want the evasion. Kind of want the evasion on that one. Ooh, he's done it. He's oblivion to all the tiles he needs to. And, yeah, wow, crazy. Wow, look at that. Now, literally, the only tile I'm ever going to place is, Storm Temple. And it's gonna take a long fucking time. It's gonna take a long fucking time. Actually, no, I do need 2 more Oblivions, but I can't use them yet. Actually, fuck it, it'll be funny. And if I die because I don't have friends for the final boss, whatever. That's even funnier. But, yeah, fuck that. Who needs it? So obviously vampire mansions are fully covering everything. I don't think bookeries are, though. Oh, no, they definitely are. Oh, wait, no, that's vampire mansions. Oops. There you go. Ooh, cat meowing at the door. Love to hear it. He's been really needy today. He has been super attention hungry. Despite playing with him for, like, you know, a good 30 minutes here and there. What more could a cat ask for? But I don't know. Like, I can check. I can check and see what he wants from me. Because sometimes he just wants to chill out in my room. Sometimes you open the door and he runs away because he wants you to chase him. I'm gonna go figure out which one it is, and if he just wants to chill in the room, that's fine. But let me go check. He did run away, but he stopped running. I don't know. If he starts pawing at the door, he's immediately going to the door. That was a worthwhile little endeavor there. That's just what you get with cats, though. You can never tell what they actually want. God damn it, I just immediately saw that Oblivion and it ran away from me. Oh well. It's actually gonna take a fucking decade until, the fourth boss spawns, man. But the craziest thing about it is that even though it's... Oh, look at that. I got a double. A 2 for 1. A 3 for 1? Buy 1, get 2 free? What a steal. What was I saying? Getting my chat back up on screen because I accidentally closed it. Oops. There you go. Yeah, I completely lost my train of thought. There's something about cats. I don't know. Cats are wild. Wild and crazy, guys. Where's the other... Did I... No. Oh, there it is. There it is. When your board gets as filled as this one is, it becomes really fucking difficult to find what you're looking for. There you go. No more outposts. Which means I'm 100% lightning. I'm a lightning rod. You know, I really should have gotten water when I went out and dealt with Cat. But, you know. Even to this day, live streaming on twitch.tv, I find myself making mistakes. What are my artifacts? Look at that. 4% to boss. 1. Like, I've talked about it before on the last stream. But, like, I just don't understand the balance of these, like, camp supply items. Also, I wish I could put my chair where I actually want it to without it rolling away. The balance of these supply items is non-existent. Like, it really makes no sense to me. You can infinitely stack as much increased damage done to bosses, to however high you want. Well, not infinitely. It's only limited by your amount of jewelry and camp equipment slots. But you can fit a shit ton of these if you want to the point where it's probably like a second meme build. Not that I'm ever going to do this one because it's really not that impressive. But you definitely could have a meme build where you just one-shot every boss because you filled up like 30 inventory slots with old paintings. So you can stack that basically as high as you want it to, but you can only have one brass candlestick. Let's not be insane here. Like, you'd have to be a lunatic if you'd think it would be balanced to increase your damage more than 5%. Like, if they wanted to balance it, I just find the camp supply items that are limited to only one such a weird design space. Like, I would have just nerfed the values of them and let you place as many of them as you want to. Like, if 5% is really that horrible, then just, like, make it increase your damage by 0.5%, you know? Make it increase by 0.05%, whatever you want to feel balanced, but still allow it so you can have multiple of them, because I don't know, it just feels weird to me. You can only have one of them. I also think it would make more sense if you just weren't allowed to equip more than one of them. I understand that, yeah, from like a game creation standpoint, that takes a little bit more effort to program, but not by that much. And would be way more obvious to the player that you can only have one of them if it literally only lets you equip one of them. Whereas with the book, I was like, there's no way. Like the rare book or whatever it's called. I was like, there's no way it only lets you equip one of these, because then the effect is, like, completely pointless. But it really does. I mean, sorry, you can equip more than one, but it doesn't do anything after the first one. So, very stupid. Still love the game, by the way. Still love the game. There are some things that make me go, How do I still have bookeries that aren't abandoned, by the way? I know I placed a lot of them, but my cards have always been maxed out. I guess that's, like, the biggest problem is, okay, a lot of them are abandoned already. But the biggest problem here is the fact that, despite how much time is passing, I'm really not going around that many loops. Like, this is the slowest run I've ever done, by quite a large margin. Every time I say large margin, am I the only one? I just think of that Simpsons thing where Marge is, like, huge. She's like a giant blimp. That probably is just a me thing. But I say large margin relatively frequently, and every time it pops into my head. It's fucking massive blimp Marge. That's not a real... Okay. When I said this, I was like, this is a thing people understand. People know what I'm talking about because it's a Simpsons reference. And then just now, it percolated in my brain. That's not a Simpsons reference. That's a... Oh, what's the name of the animator? He's a good animator. You know, I should check out. I should see what his actual name is. To pay respects. Let me see. It is the guy I'm talking... I got way too many subs on YouTube. Felix Colgrave. There you go. It's not that niche. Like, a lot of people watch Felix Colgrave. But I'm not sure if a lot of people who watch Felix Colgrave have watched the video from 6 years ago that features a giant blimp Marge. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Anyways, there's a reference for you. In case you were in dire need of references, there's one for you. I feel like I'm really bad at references, which is like kind of something you need to be good at as a streamer, right? Like that's one of the streamer things, is being able to make pop culture references. Being able to look at an animal and call it a Cheeto. Being able to watch Knuckles fly across the screen and say, "That's Tails!" See, but like, these are all my references. That's like the kind of shitty streamer I am. I don't even have like first level references. All my references are references to like other streamers and memes. Like, no one cares about that shit. No one cares that Flight Reacts doesn't know who Tails is. I think that's Flight Reacts. But you know what? I don't even know the sources to my references, so I wouldn't be surprised if someone was like, "Oh, it's not Flight Reacts, that's ReactTuber," an entirely different guy who does the exact same thing. I don't get reaction content, man. I will never understand reaction content. Like, okay, there is some level of reaction content that I do somewhat understand. Like, the only case that I understand reaction content is if you actually have something to say about the content. Like, if you have already watched the content, so it's not even reaction content at this point. If you have watched the content in advance and have, like, something you want to, like, a moral of the story at the end of it. You actually have something worth any sort of meaning to say on the topic of the videos that you are reacting to. That is a case that I can say, okay, sure. reaction channels like that are... I mean, but, like, it kind of falls from, like, reaction and turns into more, like, video essay with some of the longer ones. Like, would you call, like, the Frederick Knudsen videos, like, the Dark Side Phil and, like, the, what's the other guy he did? Like, a really long one on... I forget. It's the Call of Duty player, I forget. But, you know, would you call that kind of stuff reaction content? Probably not. It's probably just like a video essay. Anyways, I got off topic. Point is, real reaction content, I don't get. I don't get, like, a lot of streamers do it too. I don't get streamers that just, like, watch YouTube videos as, like, their main thing that they do. And that's wild to me. And it does well! Like, it's crazy to me that, like, these people... I don't know. I guess I'm kind of sounding like a boomer. I am old man yells at cloud right now. Because it doesn't matter. But it is crazy to me that, I don't know. To some degree, a lot of these people just have no shame about, like, their entire existence being held up by other people's content. Now, it's one thing, like I said, if you are going to be, like, a critic or a review person or a video essay writer, because, yeah, to some degree, like, you know, real, I don't want to call it real media, but, like, to some degree, like, professional reviews and stuff are also entirely held up by other people's content, the content that they're reviewing, right? But, at least they're, like, adding something. At least they're trying to start a discussion most of the time. Like, there's plenty of, like, especially on YouTube, there's plenty of, like, YouTube reviewers and even long-form video essay channels I've seen that I'm just like, ah, you've got no fucking clue what you're talking about. But I try and stray away from those, so... You know, I guess I don't have too much to say on that other than I know they exist. But, like, yeah, I don't know. For the most part, I would say that if you're, like, especially the long-form video essay kind of channel, you're putting a lot of thought into it, usually writing a script, and have, like, a lot of work dedicated to, you know, what you've created on top of what you're talking about. Which I don't really have a problem with, but, yeah, for the most part, like, just the fucking... straight, raw-ass reaction channels. I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? You're not adding anything. Like, even, like, I haven't seen that much of, Flight Reacts, so I don't want to just, like, shit on someone I know nothing about. But, I'll say that a lot of reaction content in general, including that guy, which I have seen probably more of his content than anyone else's as far as reaction content, they just don't say anything. They're just fucking silent as fuck until they see Knuckles fly across screen. Sorry, I'm gonna stop talking about the That's Tails thing. But, yeah, so many reaction channels are just dead-ass silent. And then, like, at the end of the video, they'd be like, oh, that was cool. I like that one. Subscribe for more. It's like, you didn't do anything! What do you mean subscribe for more? Okay, and I guess I haven't even talked about, like, the biggest form of, like, theft, if you want to include this in the category of theft, which I don't really. I do think there's some level of scummy to it, like, especially those reaction-based channels that, like, literally don't add anything to the video that they're watching, especially those that just, like, watch the video in full, which you see more often on live streams. But, yeah, there's some scumminess to that, but there's also... I mean, dude, I just... like, the thing is, like, I watch plenty of them. Like, is this really something I'm gonna be like, this is a problem? Not really. But, like, I guess I do feel a little bit weird about, channels that are just, like, you know, like meme compilations. Like, fail compilations have been around forever, and, like, for the most part, I don't even, like... It feels like a lot of the... Well, I don't know. I was going to say a lot of the contributors to fail compilations are probably, like, completely unaware that they're included in said compilation, which I think is true. But then also, like, I don't know, some of the more popular fail compilation channels, like, I hate it when this happens. Like, it's the most embarrassing, cringy shit of all time to me. After doing something, like, moderately funny, like, not even that hilarious compared to the rest of the content showed in said video, like, a lot of them are just garbage. Like, I would say, in the app, finally I got a fucking Storm Temple. It's been, like, 2 loops since I seen one. If you watch any given fail video on YouTube, this is, like, the most ridiculous thing conceptually. Like, me seriously talking about fail videos with no sense of self-awareness or irony, but that makes it funnier, so I'm gonna keep going. Don't worry, the self-awareness is there, I'm just hiding it. Oh, level. Sorry, I'm easily distracted. I don't really care about Picky or Resurrection. I think they're both equal to me, but I think I'll take Picky. Because Picky is likely to mean that I never die, and Resurrection is banking on I'm gonna die. And if I'm gonna die once, I'm probably gonna die more than once, so... But anyways, if you watch any given fail video on YouTube, chances are, I would say a solid 80 to 90% of it is just garbage. Like, just not funny. Like, I don't want to be the guy that's like, that guy eating shit on pavement is not as funny as that guy eating shit on pavement. But, you know, I think we all understand there's a difference between the level of eating shit on pavement. Like, there's plenty of fails that I see, and, you know, I am quite the fail critic. Plenty of fails I'm seeing out there that aren't even fails. In fact, some of them just include, like, I mean, first off, a lot of fails, I will watch the entire clip in the compilation and be like, I didn't even see what happened there, like, is something actually bad happen? And then I watch it back, and I'm like, no, okay, I don't really know why they included this one. Like, I guess it's, I don't know, I guess it's moderately humorous, but it's not really a fail, and I didn't laugh, so haha, didn't laugh, and you're a bad content creator, because you steal your content. Anyways, point is, it's mostly trash, right? There are some funny moments, and you really, that's why you keep watching, because in every fail video, there's a chance that there'll be something that maybe makes you laugh a little bit, and that those moments are what you seek for. But, where was the point? I feel like I lost the point. Let me think about this one for a bit. The point I'm trying to make. There's a few points. But one of them, the cringy shit. I never finished the topic on the cringe thing. The thing I hate the most is when there is one of those, like, really unfunny clips. That I'm just like, nothing even happened in this. And, then at the end of it, they say, oh, send this to, and then the name of the fail video it was uploaded to, send this to them, you gotta send this to them! And I'm just like, just fucking kill me, dude. Just kill me. It's like, you know, the person who runs the channel just got so fucking happy that they said the name of my channel in the video, I have to include it. I fucking vomit in my mouth every time. Ugh. But anyways, what was I saying? I don't know. Fucking YouTube's fucked up. Twitch is fucked up. It's all fucked up. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know. If you make a living off of, you know, for the most part, stealing content, I don't really have that much sympathy for you if things go wrong in the future, which they're probably bound to. But also, I don't know. Like, how often do you think that, like, a fail channel on YouTube gets, like, a legal threat in their inbox because they have a video from someone that they probably shouldn't have? I don't know. I'd say it's above 0 for sure. But maybe they're more careful about where they take their videos from. But some of them you can just tell. Some of them you can absolutely tell that the people involved in the video have no idea that that video is going to be circulated on, like, hundreds of bottom-feeding YouTube channels just trying to get recognition. So I don't know. But also, for the most part, like, there's so many fail videos that have, like, no views. I wasn't aware of this! By the way, okay, I don't want to, like, drag my girlfriend here, but the reason I watch any amount of fail videos, really, is because my girlfriend enjoys them. And I don't mind, like, I'll watch them with my girlfriend, because, you know, it's just fun to spend time with my girlfriend, but I don't actively seek it out on my own regard. But, like, some of the ones she sent to me, I'm just like, where the fuck did you find this? Like, this video has less than 1,000 views. Like, I didn't think that was possible for a fail compilation. Like, how bad do you have to fuck up as a fail video channel to have less than 1,000 views? Like, that's the kind of shit that the YouTube algorithm pumps. Like, you must have done something terrible along the way to still be at, like, less than 1,000. I should not have a YouTube video on my channel less than a fail video. That's where I draw the line. I refuse to give it the time of day if I have a YouTube video with more views. But speaking of which, the one in question is, like, that one YouTube short I had. They got, like, 5,000 views, which is cool. Like, I'm glad the YouTube short did well. This is a YouTube short talk, just very small YouTube short talk, but to continue the never-ending thread of conversation about YouTube shorts, I think they do suck. I think TikToks are just significantly better than YouTube shorts. So I don't know, for anyone out there who cares about starting a channel similar in, like, the YouTube short style / TikTok style of just, like, short form, less than a minute videos, you're gonna do better on TikTok. Which sucks for me, because, like, I really wanted it to work well on YouTube, due to there being, like, a much easier gateway from the YouTube channel to my Twitch stream, compared to my TikTok to either my YouTube or my Twitch stream. Like, that's just going to be much harder for people to go through that process, because there's no direct, like, hyperlink that I can do on TikTok. So if I want people to come to either my YouTube or my Twitch, they have to, like, manually type in my URL, which for the majority of people, myself included, is not gonna fucking do that. So I'm not surprised that not that many people from the TikTok have jumped over. I also don't have, like, a super consistent like, TikTok upload schedule or anything. It's like, I don't know. TikToks take a lot of time, especially now that I'm porting the TikToks back to my YouTube channel. It takes a lot of time. So I have to be especially motivated to spend the amount of time to do that. And I also, I don't know. Especially when making the TikToks, I have to, like, find the clips on my own channel myself, because, you know, I don't exactly have an avid audience that's hitting that clip button, which is fine. I feel like I shit on my own audience so often. For the people who do watch me, I appreciate you. That's awesome. I'm not saying I don't appreciate you because you're not spamming the shit out of that clip button. Just that, you know, for me, it'd be nice if you did. No. But it really does, because I know that it's just something I'm going to have to do if I want to make a TikTok, is I have to go through my own VOD and, like, pinpoint. Because, like, every now and then when I end a stream, I'm like, there's a spot in that stream that would have made a great TikTok. Like, there's a really funny moment. But a lot of times I'll spend, like, a good 5 minutes skimming through the video looking for that moment in the VOD, and I just won't find it. So I'll just give up. I'll be like, whatever, the TikTok's not really worth it. So yeah, I don't know. It's annoying. Sometimes I'll spend the effort and I'll look for an extended amount of time until I find the given TikTok that I wanted to. But most of the time I just give up, honestly. And that's why I haven't uploaded a TikTok in a while. Like, I don't know, was there anything particularly funny from this stream that would make a good TikTok? Probably. I think the calling myself a dumb Texan, that stands out to me. I think that would do the numbers on TikTok. But the effort it would take to manually skim through my stream and find it, maybe not worth it. Maybe not worth it. Magic damage, damage to all. Magic damage. Ooh, he's done it. Ooh, and both numbers are going up. You love to see it. And I don't care about anything else. There you go. But, yeah, I don't know. YouTube Shorts. I don't know. That's basically where I land on it. I don't know. They seem to not do very well. I again, think that it is because YouTube bases the YouTube short, like, algorithm on the rest of your channel's analytics, and the rest of my channel's analytics are pretty terrible because, you know, it's a VOD channel that, A, like, super long-form, unedited content of gaming doesn't do well on YouTube in general, and, B, I'm not exactly a known quantity. So there aren't a ton of people seeking WillPending VODs on the regular. So yeah, channel analytics not doing so well on the YouTube, but that's fine. I expect that out of the VOD channel. If I wanted to be, you know, min-maxy about it, like I've said before, like the right thing to do is definitely to just make a separate YouTube channel. But then I've got 3 YouTube channels going. I've got, like, my personal YouTube channel where I upload stuff about my game to, very infrequently. But that's the one I've got all my subscriptions on, so that's primarily where I chill on my YouTube. Then I've got the YouTube where I'm uploading VODs to. I don't want a separate channel where I'm uploading, like, highlight videos and shorts to, even though that is the right thing to do. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's tedious. You definitely should, because, like, it's really, like, a microscopic amount of extra effort to switch to a different channel. And I'm sure people in the past have experimented with, is it worth it to have a separate channel for that kind of thing? And since so many people are doing it nowadays, I have to imagine that it is worth it. But I'm lazy, so I just have the one channel rocking. But because of that, yeah, I'm pretty sure my shorts are kind of suffering. Like, some of them, when they start to go, they go. With the exception of the Monster Train video. The one Monster Train TikTok I did, like, immediately got disliked, and that just killed it dead. Like, it started to take off a little bit because people were watching it, and that one dislike just ended it right there, right then and there. Which is weird. It's weird getting real downvotes. You should just teach me how to edit and I'll do it for you. You don't want that. You don't want that at all. Like, editing is such a pain in the ass. Plus, like, I would never put that work on you, ever. Because, for one, it's unpaid. Like, if I'm going to be doing unpaid work for my own channel, that's fine, but I'm not going to make my girlfriend sit through that. Gross. What kind of guy would I be? Oh, okay, I still have to pay you? I see, I see. Now I understand. I think I'll keep doing it myself. But I appreciate the offer. I definitely appreciate the offer, thank you. We'll see about that. But I don't know, I complain about it. Ooh, he's done it, the double. The double. I complain about it, but I do find it kind of therapeutic once I'm in the editing process. The things I don't like the things I hate the most are, like, setting metadata and stuff. Which, like, for TikTok is not that bad. You just add the tags to the video. Like, have a decent description and stuff. But, like, YouTube especially, like, scheduling the videos, making sure I have it set to the right day and time. I know that's just me repeating scheduling, but look, if I can stretch out the amount of complaints I have, I'm going to. Scheduling the video, setting the full description, the title, thumbnails for VODs is especially time consuming. And then tags. Tags for everything. I hate the tags, man. Hate the tag. I'm so bad at making tags. Like, I know there are, like, Chrome extensions that let you, like, view tags on videos. I fear for the day that I'm going to be made fun of for my tags, because I'm so goddamn bad at tagging my own videos. Just like, video game, Minecraft, Mojang, mining. Like, I don't know, I guess those are like the things, but like no one out here is searching like Mojang mining. People are just searching Minecraft. Like, I feel like, because the common advice is like, put as many tags as you can, right? Just spam it with tags. So I'm like, platformer, jumping game, game where you jump, game where there are platforms. I'm pretty sure that, to a certain degree, the tags that I'm doing aren't particularly helpful, because all of my tags are things that, like, nobody is literally ever going to search for. But in my head, I'm just like, more tags is better, so let's fill it up. Let's just get as many keywords for platformer as we can in here. Oh, God. But I don't know. I feel like I got better at it than when I started out. But maybe I'm just thinking that because I have more tags than when I started out. Maybe the quality of my tags has just gotten worse and worse. Who knows? I'd believe it. That lightning did 1,945 damage to that skeleton. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be okay with damage on this run. It's looking like it's gonna be fine. And I still don't have 100% coverage. I do for that one particular tile that I was standing in there, but most tiles only have like a handful of storm temples. I'm trying to prioritize like the big lanes. Like the juicy, meaty, good spots. Like, I don't know, I probably shouldn't have done as many on this row. Oh, but that's the boss row, that makes sense. You know what, that's fine. Yeah, it's 6 tiles there, that's fine. But like this one, this is meat. 6 tiles, look at that. Oh, I actually think that's 5 tiles, I think that's less. I think that's actually less than the one that I just looked at. Yep, it is. And only 2 of those are combat, whereas 3 of these are combat. Cool, 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 cool. I'm stupid. You'll love to see it. Basically ignore everything I say because I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. I love that the archers are slow, too. As if they needed another thing to make them weak. But I guess, like, you know, the main thing about the archers is that they make combat much, much harder when they're in the actual archer part of combat. But that doesn't happen to me because I have villages staggered. So that literally you will never have an archer in the archer window. That's the strats, dude. In case you were wondering why I put so many villages. Like, I didn't do the villages for healing, though obviously the healing is nice. I did the villages specifically because monsters cannot exist on villages unless they're bandits. So yeah, prevents slimes from spawning. That's about it. Prevents slimes from spawning. Yeah, there you go. There you have it. But it really is, like, even if I had, like, a spider's nest where this abandoned bookery is... Wait. Yeah, where this abandoned bookery is, no spiders would spawn on the village. Like, enemies literally can't be on villages except, bandits. Which are, you know, only on villages. What am I doing here? Damage to all magic damage. Ooh. 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 Sorry. Another way too niche video. I mean, for anyone else who watches Northern Lion and adjacent content, you'll get it. But that's like, I don't know, I feel like I really struggle with that. Because, like, fucking Ryan knows way too much about way too many dumb things. Like, his level of pop culture is something I will literally never achieve. But, that's fine. I don't think anybody needs the amount of pop culture knowledge that that man has. Like, and just knowledge in general. Like, honestly, he's like a trivia master, for sure. But, I wish that I knew a little bit more than I do. Because I feel like, really, the majority of my references are just, like, fucking internet shit, you know? I'm just an internet guy. I'm too online. As much as I make fun of people who are too online, I'm too online myself. I don't let it affect the way I am as a person. But, you know, there are definitely benefits to not exclusively spending your free time watching Twitch streamers. Some would argue. But I don't know. That's just, like, I just like to unwind. Because, like, working on my game, it honestly, like, ugh. It takes so much energy to work on Bounty Below at this point. Like, that's... I'm sure everyone feels the same, or anyone who has worked on, like, a passion project. But, like, games are so tiring. Like, I know, yeah, I'm obviously going to have complaints for things that I personally am working on. I don't doubt that, like, it takes a lot of energy to, like, write a book or something. Like, I'm not trying to take away from that, but just personal experience, like, Jesus Christ, dude. There are many days where I'm just like, I cannot keep working on this fucking game. Like, I don't even think it's that good of a game. I just want to finish it, but there's still a lot of work that needs to be done before the game is done, so... Yeah, I'm typically pretty drained after doing that. I refresh by eating. It's always a nice refresher. And I stream. And that's most days. And after that, I'm just like, I don't know, I just want to, like, play games and watch Twitch. I don't care about, like, I don't know. Would it be the better idea to browse Wikipedia until I consume all of the pop culture references needed to be a popular live streamer? Probably, I don't know. Probably. You know, I browse Twitter. If there's anything that is complementary to the streaming atmosphere, I'd say browsing Twitter is up there. Because there's a lot of dumb shit to talk about on Twitter. But I usually forget it, dude. Mind blank. Like, as soon as I hit that go live button, I'm like, nah, I didn't see anything interesting on Twitter today. That's usually how it is. Dude, this necklace sucks. Why do I even still have it? The answer is because I haven't gotten a necklace that has magic damage to all on it, but I'll take anything just to replace that piece of shit. Pizza shit. And currently, the raw stat on these boots are better than the evasion bonus I have from all of my equipment. So I think there's a good case to put that bad boy on. Although that one has damage to all, so give me that one. 55% evasion. I'm, like, super primed for this boss fight. Oh, let's go, the double. No triple. I mean, just getting the double is pretty unlikely, but the triple was a 1% chance of happening. Or worse than that? No, it was 1%. Yeah, 1% chance of happening. It's not very likely. Just getting one of those is exciting enough. But I'm glad, man. I'm glad I took Card Sharp, honestly. Because if I didn't, like, I've placed a solid, like, I don't know, probably 8 to 10 cards via Card Sharp at this point. And all of them were special cards, which don't come around too often. So, huge time saver. Because like I said, I'm probably just gonna, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the right point to end this is. Because, like, currently I'm thinking I'm probably just gonna end this once I max out every single tile with, Storm Temples. Oh, here you go. Here you go. Yeah. Now we're talking. But also, then I don't really have a lot of time to bask in it. But also, I don't really know what to talk about once the run is done. Because, like, there's literally nothing I'm going to be doing other than, like, you know, replacing equipment that doesn't even matter. Once I am done placing all my storm temples. Because, like, I don't know, what do? You just, like, AFK, right? Like, that would be the logical conclusion to this stream, is if I could just, like, honestly, like, leave my computer and, I don't know, like, go on a 10-hour-long soul-searching walk. But, you know, I'd rather instead just end stream and spend time with my girlfriend. That seems more fun. So even though it is going to be kind of an anticlimactic end to this meme build, I feel like we've seen it, you know? We've seen everything the meme build is capable of. And we've also done a pretty good job of showcasing that the rogue is, like, very strong on its own. Even when I didn't have, like, that many storm temples placed yet, I was surprised at how well the rogue was doing. Like, the second and third boss especially went pretty well, given the fact that, I mean, yeah, I had the storm temples helping me, but I had no landscape tiles to boost my character's stats. I guess technically you could call suburbs an increase to my stats, because they give me traits that increase my stats, but the suburbs themselves are not actively increasing my stats. Well, I mean, technically bonus XP is a stat, but, you know. Let's not be pedantic. I feel like I always need to... Oh! He's done it! The double. I feel like I always need to cover my track from the pedants. Because the pedants are out to get you, man. Even though, you know, I really don't have that much to complain about now. Because, like, the only time that I've actually been, like, corrected on things I've said, we're not pedantic. It was the 2 Hyper Rogue streams. Like, I said those YouTube videos did well, and they did do well. Like, there's some of my most viewed videos as far as VODs go. And, or just in general, honestly. But, yeah, the corrections that were made in the comments section of those videos are very valid. I can't be like, look at these pedants pedanticizing everything I say. No, it's literally just like I was spouting bullshit, which is fair, because I am not a mathematician, and was not super educated on it prior to doing those streams of a video game. And you don't really need to be mathematically educated to play Hyper Rogue. Like, it's just a fun game in general, and cool to see the geometry, like, live in the geometry. There's another game like that that's coming out sometime soonish. I mean, there's, like, the classic, like, I think it's like something like Mega, I think it's like, it's a Japanese looking name. There it is, after 3 Google autocorrects, it got me there. Mega, I mean, I don't know if I should say that. I probably shouldn't say it in, you know, Japanese phonetics anyways, because I'm not sure if it's a Japanese word, but, Mega Cure? Mega Kure. I don't know, but, it's the 4-dimensional game. Sorry for insulting everybody all at once. But, yeah, I mean, I've been tracking that game's development for ages. Like, that game has been in development since, I think, before Manifold Garden. And Manifold Garden kind of had a tale of being one of those games that's in development forever. It's definitely been in development longer than Bounty Below. Like, I'm pretty sure Mega Cure, I'm just gonna call it in the dumbest way possible. I'm pretty sure that was in development when I was still in, like, middle school. Or at least, like, early high school. So it's been around for a while. And I'm not sure if there is any known release date for it. So that game's obviously there. But there's one that I've seen videos of recently, and I know I went on like a huge tirade about how I think that a lot of like game creators that make games for a YouTube channel often, and like, you know, not for the YouTube channel, but like show step-by-step processes of like how they're making their game and stuff, and things decisions they've made along the way. I you know, have some negative things to say about that kind of YouTube channel, but this guy seemed to be doing it the right way, and was just like making a game and showing it off because it's cool. Like, there's no problem with like marketing your game that way, but like I said, for the most part, YouTube channels that do that kind of thing, I don't really think are marketing their game. I think they're more so just trying to have a successful YouTube channel, which kind of, yeah, I don't know. I've already talked about it enough. If you want to hear that discussion, it was during an Enda's Nye stream. I don't remember which one, but the YouTube title was appropriately titled, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, yeah, there was one, I've seen a few YouTube videos about it that, I don't know what kind of game it is, but I do know that there's, like, multiple different kinds of geometry that the game takes place in. Like, one of the videos was showcasing just what, like, spherical geometry looks like, and how spherical geometry can feel even weirder than hyperbolic geometry in certain cases. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's subjective whether you say it's weird or not, but it certainly was cool to look at. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know. You don't really need to know about math to play those kinds of games, is what I'm saying. Like, you can just, like, live in the weird geometry, and that's cool. But if you're trying to talk about the geometry, you should probably know something about the math of how it works, or you are gonna sound like a big, dumbass dickhead like I did. But I don't mind sounding like a dumbass dickhead. Like, you know, avoid it whenever possible, sure. But, yeah, I don't get too embarrassed. Hey, we're finally fighting the boss! I don't get too embarrassed by that kind of thing. I just kind of eat it, and I'm like, oh, yeah, you're totally right. I didn't know what I was talking about at all, so thanks. Thank you. I was honestly just kind of, like, heartwarmed by how much people cared about that. Yeah, sure. Slap it there. Slap it there. But I don't think this boss is going to stand literally any chance. It is loop 23. Every piece of equipment except our weapons are above that loop level. I could replace this with the sword probably, but I would lose my evasion. And I kind of like having 67% evasion. Plus, like, I don't know, I'm not really doing damage myself. Like, I am doing damage myself, but it's all about the lightning, man. So, I don't think I need to concern myself with my damage output, really. Especially because I don't even know if the boss does magic damage. Like, for all I know, the boss could do 100% magic damage and literally not be able to hurt me. That would be hilarious, but we'll see. I think it has to do some physical damage, right? I don't even know, because, like, for enemies, it doesn't even say, like, it just is a tag on the enemy that says magic damage. So I don't even know if enemies can have, like, physical damage and magic damage like I do. For all I know, that tag just might make it so all of their damage is magic damage. Who knows? I assume for the tomes and the vampire mages that their damage is 100% magic damage, since I've never been damaged by them. Or at least I don't think I have. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this boss is going to shape out. The Lich, also. The Lich. It's way easier to tell on the Lich. Because, I usually don't have much going on for my character. Hey, lore. Spoilers, by the way, if you don't want to see lore. There's, like, I don't know, like 8 dialogue options for every single consecutive time you kill this guy, so I haven't seen this one. You are the one who no longer... Wait, no, I have seen this one? At least that starting bit seemed like the exact same, to which I last fought him. I came to give you the encounter you missed. Nope, this is all the same. This is the same. Maybe he only has different... Oh, he doesn't do magic damage. Maybe the dialogue is only different, when you kill him. What did he delete? He deleted my bonus XP? Oh, no. Oh, he's already dead, dude. What the fuck? How much damage did the lightning do? Oh, 2,600? Alright. No biggie. It finally happened! I accept your victory and my death. Is there anything you'd like to know? Yeah, okay, so this is different. The priestess that delivers your message. I can't understand what drives her. Sigma is the embodiment of faith itself, a servant of a creator god. The events that made me into an Omega are unknown to her. Lore. Am I right? There is no one more righteous and more pure than her. She's not human anymore, but an idea without any... Dude, I can't fucking read this font. I'm sorry. Without any personal traits that could stop her. Not a single desire or thought. Only obedience and faith. That's why she's always present whenever there are people. Because all space and matter will always be part of the past version of me. She is an extension of my abilities and intentions, and not a slave to her own personality. So she's a slave to your personality? Is that what you're implying? Because I don't really know if that's better. You said that like it's a good thing, but you're just kind of weird. That's why she is immortal, as long as someone still keeps believing. A body may decay, but an idea will find a new mind to live in. The appearance and the way of thinking change, and a new Sigma takes her first breath. That's all very poetic, but not really okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So in other words, her soul possesses someone's body? He's talking about immortality through identity. Okay, sure. You know what? I've decided I don't care. Goodbye. And now we get to unlock a brand new trait that I'll probably never use. In fact, I think it's weird that you unlock... Oh, dude! I never got to make fun of it last stream because I never killed the 4th boss. But look at how insulting this is. So you get the chance of picking a new trait, or you get a resource assortment. Which obviously, I think the main reason this exists is for when you run out of traits, at least you get something. But like, fucking look at what I have on my person right now. And look at the shit they want to give me. Like, huh? What are you fucking talking about? Like, this is so pathetic. Such a small amount of resources. Well, how would you ever find this useful? Alright, I have got 25% chance that the enemies will have one ability less. Doesn't affect bosses. Blind Fury, once per battle, hero does 4 hits with double the speed when the health falls... Translation? When his health is below 20%. Okay, not very good. Hero has a 60% chance to reflect a ranged shot into a random enemy. Oh, if only you knew that I practically have a 100% chance. Not for the skeleton archers, but... I don't know, I don't really need to make skeleton archers any weaker than they already are. I guess I'll just take that one. Cool. I think I'll stay. And then we get to meme it up for a little bit longer. I can't believe how easy that fight was, though. I guess the last boss must have a decent amount of defense. Because, like, the flat damage on this is 56. But it took, like, 2,000 something as far as damage is concerned, so... Must have had a lot of defense. But that's what you expect, I guess, out of a final boss. It's probably gonna have a decent amount of defense. But goddamn, my eye is really fucking hurting, dude. Can I do the rest of the stream with my eyes closed? No, because I would miss storm temples. What am I thinking? Just bleed it out, dude. Deal with the pain. But I don't know why my eye strain is so bad. It's just like random days, man. I do think that this game has something to do with it. I think also my hair constantly like swaying in between my vision. It's another part of it. But Yeah, I don't know. My eyes are just fucked up. I could be one of those streamers that wears gunners. But I don't know, I have issues with that, because, like, I know it's not that big of a deal, but, like, live streaming especially, it's like, I don't want my monitors to be reflected in my glasses. Like, if they made gunners with non-reflective fronts to them, I'd consider it. Like, do they even do that? Is that a thing? Can you get glasses that don't reflect? Because I need them. Give me some non-reflective gunners, please. Like, I don't know, gunners kind of are, like, a streamer's glasses, right? I mean, like, yeah, use Flux. I mean, Flux does work for the most part. But also, Flux is, like, I don't think people understand how intensive, like, Flux is. Flux is incredibly GPU intensive. And so, like, especially if you're streaming on top of it, and I use NVENC encoding, which is GPU encoding. If you're streaming on top of it, that's a lot of unnecessary strain on your GPU. So if I could just, like, put on some fucking glasses and call it a day, that would be the better alternative, but I am a little bit hesitant due to the reflection. Like, there might just be, for all I know, there could just be, like, a fucking spray that I spray the front of the glasses and it'll stop reflecting. I don't know. I don't know that much about glasses. Maybe I should Google it. I feel for any streamers that just have to wear glasses to see. Because then you don't really have a say in the matter of whether or not your stream is going to... or your glasses are going to reflect your screens. You just gotta see. I mean, you could also wear contacts, but... being a guy who has put on contacts once in his life because they were sold at an anime convention when I was in middle school. By the way, nasty, don't do that. Nasty, nasty product. Do not buy anime convention contacts. You will probably get an eye infection. I'm lucky I didn't, but yeah, it's not good practice. Anyways. Yeah, I fucking hate putting on contacts. It was miserable. Like, I'm sure you get used to it if you do it every day, but... I mean, another problem to it was probably because the contacts didn't fit at all. Because another reason you shouldn't buy anime convention contacts. I just wanted to look like Sasuke, dude. I don't even remember which ones I got. But to make the joke funnier, I'll pretend I had Sharingan eyes. I mean, for all I know, I could have. Just straight up do not remember. Yeah, these are literally an objective upgrade. Anime conventions are weird, though. It's been forever since I went to one, obviously, because, like, COVID. But beyond that, it's been, like, years since before COVID that I went to one. You know? I do watch anime. I don't know, I've never been too much of a con guy. Like, I went to it with friends because I had friends that wanted to go to conventions. And it's always fun with friends. So I guess I understand it. But, like, there are some people who are, like, super into the atmosphere about just talking to strangers. And I just don't get that. It's like, I don't know, man. Like, the general audience of people that I found at a anime convention, I'm like, I don't really want to talk to you. No offense to people who love going to anime conventions, by the way. Look, my stream is not... Look, I just, you know, I speak out my head, and sometimes the thoughts in my head are mean. But if you don't have any sense of humor about yourself to laugh, then I don't know what to tell you. You're probably not going to have a good time in my stream anyways. Like, I make jokes at my own expense constantly. So I think the general audience should expect a few jokes at the general audience's expenses as well. But it's definitely not the worst environment I've been at. I would say a board game shop / card game shop during a Magic night. That is a far worse crowd than your average anime convention crowd. You find some real weirdos. Now, I never got too into Magic to the point that I did that too often, but, like, in high school, I did it a couple times. And, yeah, it wasn't very fun, which is why I stopped doing it. It's like, especially, like, if you're just a guy, and I was, like, pretty new to Magic, because, like, that's kind of what you come to expect from a high schooler, I guess. But, like, immediately the attitude upon walking into the game store. And I know people are gonna come out and be like, well, you just went to a bad place. Like, you should have tried it at a different place. Like, yeah, I do live in a city, so I'm lucky to have the options. But also, like, if my first experience is that fucking bad, I'm probably not gonna search for other options, right? And, yeah, like, literally immediately upon walking in, like, with no sign of self-awareness or, like, clear knowledge of their own, like, behavior. How do I want to phrase this? They were just dickheads, dude. Like, I just wanted to come there to play games just like everyone else, but, like, immediately, multiple people just looked at me and, like, rolled their eyes and were like, oh, so this is what we're gonna have to deal with tonight. And I was like, come the fuck on, dude. Like, I get it. This is all you do in your free time. Like, this is the one height of your week that you get excited about. But, like, I'm just trying to have fun too, you know? Like, oh, man. I had a friend who did it regularly. That's why I got into it. It's because I had a friend who played Magic and loved to do the Friday night Magic at the stores in our area. So I was like, sure, I'll go with you and give it a shot. But, like, even though my friend was, like, a clear regular and also a high schooler, they didn't want to see another high schooler, I guess. I don't know. For all I know, they treated my friend equally when, I mean, equally as they treated me when I wasn't there. But, yeah, just, you know, not my favorite, group of people to hang out with, that's for sure. I mean, my friend was fine. And, well, I was gonna say... I mean, I've talked to him occasionally, but I honestly haven't talked to that friend basically since I left high school. That's fine. You know, you don't need to hold on to every friend. But, yeah, I wonder how that guy's doing. Anyways. that was much less of a uplifting end to that as I expected it to be. But I mean, he was fine. Hopefully he hasn't turned into one of those gatekeeping weirdos at a Magic store. But that's just kind of the atmosphere with Magic, right? It's like if you don't immediately come knowing every single niche case for how every single card interacts with every other card in the game, what are you even doing here? Like, are you not taking this seriously? It's like, yeah, I'm not taking it seriously. I just, you know, I wanted to play a game. I mean, maybe it's my fault for playing Draft. Because I do think that people care more about Draft than other general Magic play. But Draft is just more fun. It's like, I don't know. I fucking hate Constructed. I know there's other forms than just Draft and Constructed, but I only played Draft and Constructed. Never catch me playing Constructed, though. Like, fuck having to buy incredibly expensive cards to stay in the meta. No thank you. I mean, I'm sure the prices aren't that bad after the first few months of an expansion, but I mean, I don't even know how often Magic does expansions. More often than I care about. I mean, Magic is just an incredibly expensive hobby to begin with. So, if there was any hobby to wash out on having a horrible community, I'd say it's good that it's the one that's already really expensive. and has other reasons for not wanting to be a part of. The game itself is fine. Like, you know, was it Nordic? Something? Nordic? Who makes Magic? Magic the Gathering. Wizards of the Coast, not Nordic. What the fuck was I thinking of? Who knows? Who knows? Wait, that's publishers, Wizards of the Coast. Are the designers not included? I don't fucking know. Who knows? Who cares? Point is... Who knows? Yeah, that's the point I was trying to make. The point is, I think that a lot of the designs are really cool, and they do, like, at least from what I had seen at the time when I was trying my hardest to care about Magic, they did seem to have, like, a good head on their shoulders, and every expansion seemed to not just add, like, new cards, but, like, entirely brand new ideas as to what a card can be, which is exactly what you would want out of an expansion like that. So, yeah, good on him, I guess. Like, it makes sense that the game has done well for itself, but god damn, how do you end up with a community that fucking bad? I'm not saying that everyone in the Magic community is bad, by the way, because obviously, like, I had a friend who was totally fine and normal. And I know there's plenty of totally fine and normal people, but, like, the bad actors are such a vocal majority. Maybe they're a vocal minority. But I don't know. It seemed like the majority of the store that I went into, at least, were the bad actors. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have that wide of a scope of experience with it, so maybe if I did go to a different Magic store, I would have thought differently on the subject, but like I said, I didn't see a good reason to keep my interest high after those first few games. I didn't win anything, also. So that's another reason. It's like I realized I was gonna have to take a bit before I know how to draft a deck, and I had no experience with, like, Slay the Spire or anything at that point. The game wasn't out yet. So, it was like my departure into card games at all. And, obviously, I didn't do so well. Because you're probably not going to do so well at something you've literally never tried at, with no applicable past experience at all. Like, the closest I could get to a draft experience was, like, Go Fish. And there aren't too many applicable skills between Go Fish and Magic the Gathering, unfortunately. But that's as close as I got. Maybe Solitaire, because teaches you to keep to yourself and not socialize with anyone else in the Magic community. Learned a lot of good lessons from Solitaire. That was probably the most applicable skill. But yeah, anime conventions are fine compared to that, basically, is what I'm saying. But I don't know. There's, like, weirdos everywhere. It's not just the fucking nerd categories, right? There were plenty of weirdos at my school that were big sports guys. I mean, sports are fucking, like, I don't know why so many people, like, why are sports like associated with big Chad energy at all? I guess it's because, like, if you're on the sports team, I mean, for one, like, especially high school sports teams, because, like, a lot of people are trying to get a scholarship out of it. There's, like, a little bit of grossness to that in America, at least. We're like my cousin, and, you know, I don't have that many great things to say about my cousin, anyways. But I'll come to his defense on this one thing. Like, it was real fucking sad. Like, looking at my cousin needing to, like, put on, like, 20 extra pounds to keep his position in the football team. Like, that's so fucked up. Like, he was already, like, 250 or something stupid. Like, for a high schooler? That's ridiculous. Like, the dude wasn't even fully grown. And he was still having to put on, like, an absolutely absurd amount of weight. Because he wanted a scholarship. And, I think he did end up getting it, but... You know, is it worth it? At least, my experience of how his school has been going since he ended up in college seems like, you know, the typical kind of footballer school experience. But I don't know, I shouldn't be too hard on him. Maybe I should, because he is kind of a dickhead. But I don't know. He's also my cousin. So, you know, I'll keep to myself that he's a dickhead, or at least exactly why he's a dickhead. But, that's the extent of me defending him. I'm not actually going to defend any of his actions. Just, keep it from the public eye, I guess. Not that he's ashamed. Like, if for whatever reason I gladly... Well, I wouldn't gladly. But if for whatever reason I brought my, cousin on the stream, he would have no sense of shame for the things he does that are shitty. But, I'll do him the service as a family member of keeping it to himself. But anyways, yeah. Weirdos everywhere. Constant weirdos. Is there any one better place to place this? Like, let me look at these tiles. I get 2 there. I get 2 there. I think the worst place to place, yeah, I guess I should think about that, because, like, I could just place suburbs here. Oh, no, I can't, because I removed the connection. Never mind. But, like, there's literally no reason to put storm temples here. Because, like, literally the only tiles it's hitting are villages, which can't spawn monsters on them. But whatever, like I said, it makes a good thumbnail. It makes a good thumbnail. That's what I'm all about. I'm in the industry, you know? I live for the thumbnail game. It's so funny looking at my damage and then seeing what happens when lightning strikes. It's just, like, ridiculous, dude. Absolutely ridiculous. It would help if I, like, changed my weapons out at all, but I don't need to. Like, this is the kind of run that... Oh, I already have maxed evasion. I was gonna say all I need to do is get max evasion, and I will never die. Like, cause previously, I was saying that eventually the game will outscale you as far as damage goes, because eventually enemies are just gonna have way more HP than you can output damage. But since I'm doing this meme build, which is, like, surprisingly effective, my damage scales with their defense, and their defense is gonna keep going up and up. So... And I also just get flat damage scaling, like I'm up to 64, whereas I think it started on, like, what, 20 or something? So, I'm scaling damage in 2 different ways, and it's gonna take a really long time for the game to outscale that. What is that? Why does that look like a 0? Like, it says times 15. Oh, it's saying 30. That's what it is. I forgot that's double the amount of storm temples you have, because lightning strikes twice. That's right. Anyways, yeah, I'm kind of out of things to talk about. I'm honestly surprised I kept the conversation going for this long. Because I didn't start the stream planning on going on as many monologues as I did, but the run just took significantly longer than I thought it ever would. Like, so much build-up, too. Like, I guess it's worth it, right? I mean, as worth it as a run in this game can be. Because I'm basically unkillable and have all of the resources you would want to see. Like, the only way the game kills me at this point is, if the skeleton's damage outscales my HP. Which is bound to happen, because my HP is not scaling very quickly here. Although I can change that pretty easily just by getting the, one of the HP perks for this character. currently my HP is just ridiculous because of these resources. And honestly, I might not take supplies or whatever it's called if it shows up. Just because, like, I think I have enough skulls at home that even if I did die, I could take everything. I can check that now. Yeah. Yeah, even if I die, I get to keep everything, so... I see no reason to take supplies, because the only reason you would want supplies is because you're expecting to die at some point. So, you want to bank everything without needing to spend skulls, but since I have the skulls available, why not, right? Why not? It's not that big of a deal compared to the amount of resources I'm getting. This is the kind of thing that, like, I don't know, I would leave this on overnight. And fuck it, I might. I fucking might leave it on overnight. Like, you might see me, I very rarely leave my computer on overnight, but I might do it because it's funny. You might see me start my stream tomorrow showing off how ridiculous the run is or how many resources I have, and then immediately just retreating and pivoting to something else. But... that seems like a fun idea. I'm gonna end the stream for sure. I'm not gonna keep the stream running overnight. Are you insane? I got better things to be doing. But, yeah, I'll just keep the game open. Why not? So long as it doesn't interfere with me playing Deep Rock Galactic with my girlfriend. Which is a great game, by the way. It's been a while since we played Deep Rock Galactic. But, oh, I don't know. I was gonna say they've changed a lot. It's hard to tell. Because I think they have changed a lot. They've definitely changed the progression of the game since the last time I played it. But, like, it's been, I don't know, a couple years since we last played it. But I think they've also changed a lot of the end game stuff. And we just haven't seen that because we're not at the end game yet. Like, we could have just continued our characters as they were. Oh, actually, no, I could have. My girlfriend lost her save data. That's right. But, yeah, because of that, we reset. And I would have wanted to reset anyways, just to see what the game is like in 1.0, since last time we played it. It wasn't 1.0 yet. But yeah, still a great game. Just, like, mechanically, very little to complain about. It's, like, everything you would want out of just, like, a kind of manic shooter like that. I don't know how to describe it for people who think they might be interested in Deep Rock Galactic but haven't given it a shot. I'd say that if you like something like Left 4 Dead, you're probably going to have a fun time with it, even though it's very different. There's like a little bit, I don't know, would you call it grindy? Like, I don't really call it grindy. Like, yeah, you're mining in the game. And if you like Minecraft, exactly. I wouldn't really call it grindy, though, because the, despite having to, like, yeah, just go in a cave and mine resources, like, a lot of it, especially when you push the difficulty really high, or at least as high as the game lets you, there's, like, tension in every moment during mining. So I don't know. I think it's, like, it's what I want out of Minecraft caving, honestly, because, like, Minecraft caving, especially, like, once you're, like, you know, you kind of outscale the game in Minecraft. Like, once you have a full set of, what's it called? Demonite? It's Terraria. I know it's something debris. Fuck. It's a netherite! Netherite! There you go. Once you have a full set of netherite gear. Like I said, when I'm fucking streaming, the words just leave my mind. Like, if I wasn't streaming, instantly would have... Oh god, that's a pathetic snap. There you go. Instantly would have gotten netherite. Trust me, please believe me. But, on stream, I don't know, words don't exist to me. I live in a wordless world. But yeah, point is, you're basically invincible with fully enchanted armor and stuff in Minecraft. Like, the only thing you're gonna die to is fall damage. Maybe lava, but if you're dying to lava, that's kind of like entirely your own fault. So I don't know. And even fall damage isn't that bad when you've got like feather falling. So I don't know, man. But Deep Rock Galactic, you're always like, ooh, spider. Especially if you have arachnophobia. I'm sure you absolutely hate the game. All kinds of spiders. But maybe that just makes it even more tense. But yeah, it's not really grindy. Like, you get plenty of resources. Like, yeah, there are definitely moments that I'm like, oh, I don't have enough resources to, like, upgrade this gun that I want to upgrade. But not in, like, a I need to do this same level over and over and over again until I can. It's really just, like, you do 1 or 2 levels and you can afford, like, very meaningful upgrades. So for anyone who has been led astray and thinks that Deep Rock Galactic is like a grindy game just because it's got mining in it, very far from the case. It's just like a fun first-person shooter and like great game cooperative. I'm not sure I would necessarily recommend Deep Rock Galactic if you're playing it solo, but that's just because I've never played it solo. Like, the game has systems to make it easier for a solo player. Like, there is, like, a robot that helps you if you're solo. But it's definitely meant for multiplayer. And, like, even just playing with 2 people, like we do it, there are still plenty of cases where we're like, okay, this mission is specifically designed for the character that neither of us use. Like, the gunner especially, like, the grappling hook, or like the tethers that you can repeatedly use. Is a big important one, but I'm a little freak that likes going around with a solo grappling hook, so I exclusively play the scout. Like any game that lets me move fast in first person, I'm going to take the fastest movement option. Which, my girlfriend playing the engineer always had to pick up after me because I would constantly grapple to places that would kill me if I let go of the grapple button, so I need her clouds to help me out, but it's a nice system like that. Thankfully, recently I got the upgrade that, or the perk that lets me stall in the air for a little bit to save myself from my own fall damage. That's nice. But, like, some of the balance in the game is really weird. Like, I don't know, I was just taken aback by the fact that, I mean, the first upgrade that I really felt, like, weird about was there's, like, a pickaxe upgrade that, that gives you, like, a special charge attack while you're mining. If you, like, hold right mouse button and press left mouse button, you do, like, a slam attack. But it's got, like, a fucking 2-minute cooldown on it. Like, the cooldowns are driving me insane. And, the fall damage thing, the like hover boot upgrade that I got is even worse because like that's not even something that does damage. That's just like, I don't know, that's kind of like a pathetic upgrade. Like you can't even move around while you're hovering. You are like locked stationary in the air while you're hovering. So I don't even know like what is the use case for it other than saving yourself from fall damage. Like I think the way the game wants you to use it is so that you can, like, jump up, stall in midair, and then, like, mine a little bit. But I don't even, like, that's useless. Like, I don't know, that's garbage. If that's really what the intended use case for that upgrade is, I don't understand it. But no matter what, I have no clue why the cooldown on it is so long. Even when it's, like, max upgraded, it's still, like, 90 seconds. It's like a 1.5 minute cooldown for like, stalling in midair for a few seconds. Like, what is so powerful about this that I'm missing that requires it to have that ridiculous of a cooldown? I'll never know. I'll never know. But I'm just mad because I grapple expecting it to be off cooldown and then die, because I'm pretty reckless with the grappling hook. But I just love games that let you grapple in general. Like, I didn't really have the strongest opinion, or, well, I did have pretty strong opinions. I didn't have the best opinion of Risk of Rain 2, and I still don't. I think there's a lot of things I don't really like about Risk of Rain 2, especially when comparing it to the first game. Like, I'm not one of those guys who just likes the first game more because it's 2D. Because there are a lot of people that just like the 2D game more, which is fine. But I think there's like a lot of design decisions that I don't really agree with in Risk of Rain 2. I think like, I don't know. Like a lot of the, what are they? The like crowns or like artifacts or whatever that change up the game. Like some of those artifacts bring it closer to a playstyle that's more similar to the original game, but it's still, I don't know. I don't think it's ever going to quite be what I wanted out of Risk of Rain 2, which is fine, because, like, so many people love the game, which is crazy to me. Given that I think, like, out of the problems, the most glaring ones, people just whisk away as if they're not even an issue. Because, yeah, design issues I definitely have, but also just, like, what I would think are, like, objective issues. But this is just the internet, right? Because I thought that my issue with the way Boomerang X would accidentally dash you to the boomerang after you recalled it was, like, an objective problem that is just, like, everyone would be like, oh, yeah, now that I notice it, that control scheme is a little bit clunky, and sure, we'll fix that. I'm glad that they already have fixed it, but I'm just, like, I'm baffled that someone seriously came to defend the fact that when you recalled the boomerang, there was like 0.5 seconds where if you pressed left mouse button, you would dash, when obviously you as a player never actually want to dash in that situation. So yeah, it's just the internet. Like, no matter how objective and obvious an issue with the game is, there are people who are going to crawl out of the woodworks to defend it. And that's what I think about Risk of Rain 2, with the fact that, like, basically every single bit of incoming damage is, like, hit scan with no telegraphing. It's just, like, that seems awful. Like, I don't know why you would design enemies around that, especially, like, the most common enemy that is literally always there no matter what, the wisps. Just, like, rapid-fire 3 hit-scan shots that, I mean, I'm not saying it's unavoidable, because it is avoidable once you get movement speed. But especially starting out, like, I still don't understand how people have that don't take any damage as the, what's its name? As the mercenary on, like, the daily challenge thing. I don't understand how anybody has completed that challenge, because, like, yeah, you're not gonna die to wisps most of the time, unless they're, like, the super elites, which does happen, but it's just a bad enemy. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, it's not a fun, engaging enemy to play around. It's just, like, an annoyance that you have to shoot out of the sky constantly. I don't know. I could complain about that all day. But anyways, the point I wanted to make was, the one redeeming quality about Risk of Rain 2 is how fucking wicked fast you can go as the Loader character. It's Loader, right? That's the grappling hook one? Whatever the grappling hook one is. It's the only thing that saves Risk of Rain 2, in my eyes. But I mean, I made, like, in the Discord, which, oh my god, the amount of damage I'm doing to these dudes with the lightning just keeps going up and up. I made, like, in their Discord channel, they have, like, a suggestion thing, which I don't really like the way they have their suggestion thing. I mean, I guess, I don't know, if you have a popular enough Discord, I guess that's kind of, like, one of the only ways you can manage it as a small team. Is, they had, like, a suggestions thing, and then they had a bot that automatically selected good suggestions, and only the good suggestions were the ones that the developers actually read. And it was entirely peer-reviewed by the people of the Discord. So someone would make like a suggestion, and then other people in the Discord would, like, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I don't remember. And that would determine whether or not the developers read it at all. Which, I don't know. To me, I feel a little bit weird about that one. But also especially because the thing I suggested, I saw as, like, an incredibly obvious thing to address. And I said it early on in development, so it's not like, oh, the game is too late to make such a drastic change. It was way before 1.0 was released. And I was literally just like, hey, you know, like, maybe not, like, every single enemy should have attacks that are more or less, like, undodgeable without movement speed. And maybe I phrased it wrong, because, like, yeah, they are dodgeable. It's just, look, I'm not saying you can't dodge a Wisp's attack, but I'm saying when there's 10 Wisps constantly, which there always are, the only way to reasonably avoid the damage is to just hide. It's just to hide behind the terrain. It's just not fun for gameplay. And, like, it's just not fun even when you're being... Oh, the double! When you're getting hit by it, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm doing something wrong as a player. I feel like I'm trying my hardest to have fun with the game, and I'm just taking, like, chip damage from every fucking direction because these annoying-ass dumb-fuck enemies. I hate it. My biggest issues do lie with the Wisp, but, like, certain boss attacks, too, are also just kind of, like, poorly designed. I don't know, man. It's been a while since I played Risk of Rain 2, so I don't really have the, you know, the examples fresh on the mind to bring up, but for people who play Risk of Rain 2 all the time, I'm sure if you really thought about how fun a lot of the enemies that are attacking you actually are to fight, you might come to your own conclusion that, for the most part, it's just kind of annoying. A lot of the enemies in that game are just annoying. And, like, the general strategy is just either have enough defenses that literally nothing matters, or have enough movement speed that literally nothing matters, and you usually end up with both of those things before you ever actually run into any trouble. Oh, I got the double! I didn't notice. I get that it's, like, a hard game to balance like that, but, like, I don't care about the damage of the enemy. Like, that's not the thing. The thing is that I just don't like how the damage is being dealt to me. Which, I don't know. And like I said, plenty of people in the Discord were just like, it was awful. Because it's not just like, I don't see a problem with it. I don't know how the game got this kind of player base, but, like, literally everybody who replied to me talking about the damage sources were just like, it's a hard game. Like, if you're having a hard time with it, you can just play easier games. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I've beaten the game. I exclusively played on Monsoon for the most part. I've beaten the game plenty of times. Oh, I guess I technically haven't beaten the game because I haven't ever killed the boss. But, yeah, I've, like, looped to an insane degree on Monsoon difficulty plenty of times. Like, but even if I didn't, like, you shouldn't need to, like, defend your street cred and be like, oh yeah, the game's not hard for me, I just don't like... You should just be able to say, I don't fucking like the way this game works. Like, yeah, you know, maybe, saying that kind of opinion in a Discord where it's mostly people who like the game, you should be expected to find a lot of heat on that kind of take. But I don't know, I phrased it in, like, a nice way. It's not like I was like, hey, this is shit, you gotta fix it. It's just like, yeah, I don't know, the damage sources seem kind of out of your control. And definitely aren't very fun to play around. But, I don't know, the developers never actually read my criticism, which is obvious because nothing was changed about it since the game has hit 1.0 and beyond. But that's, like, a big thing that stops me from enjoying Risk of Rain 2. It's just like, when I die, I'm just like, oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess I should have been cowering in a corner. Or have such a ridiculous amount of movement speed that nothing can touch me. Those are the only ways you can play this game. Thanks for reminding me. Like, I would love the game so much more if there were just more projectiles. Like, why are they so opposed to projectiles? The only projectiles in the game are from, like, the larger wisps. That's fucking it. Everything else is like a hit scan attack, unless I'm forgetting things. I think the new enemies in, like, the final area, like those robot guys, those are projectiles. But those are homing projectiles, huh? No, they tell it. That's a good enemy! Like, I like that enemy, if it works how I remember it working. But, like, what is the reasoning for wisps not shooting projectiles? I'll never understand. I will never understand it. it's way more fun as a player to dodge around, like, a bunch of slow-moving bullets than to take constant fucking chip damage from hit scan attacks. That just feels bad. It's just, like, not fun to me at all. But obviously, it's for the majority of people who play Risk of Rain 2, something entirely ignorable. And, you know, for the people that can still have fun playing Risk of Rain 2, I'm glad, but I don't see it. Especially as, like, a multiplayer game. Like, I feel like the multiplayer in Risk of Rain 2 is even worse than the single player. So, like, how do you fuck that up? Normally, games just get, like, better in every way when you're playing it with friends, but I didn't really like the, I don't know, it just felt like playing as a team, you're going to get way less items individually, and, like, spreading out the items evenly just made it so, like, everybody was weak. And you had to, like, wait in levels for way longer just to get enough money for both of you to get, like, a reasonable amount of items. It's just, I don't know. I guess the take-home of this conversation is Risk of Rain 2 is not for me, which is fine. Like, not every game has to be for me, but let me tell you, if I was making Risk of Rain 2, it would be for me. That's all I'm saying. Is that too brave of me? Is that too brave of me to say something that outlandish? I'm pretty sure we won, by the way. I think we beat the game on this one. I haven't seen my HP drop beneath max in so long. I haven't even used a potion in forever. Why am I not taking damage? Like, even the skeletons are doing, like, nothing to me. I guess it's because I'm evading, right? Like, there you go. I took 500 damage, but it immediately healed. Why did it heal? Why did it heal? I didn't drink a potion. Oh, because I have the energy shield. That's right. It didn't heal. I just didn't take real damage. That makes sense. Alright. Yeah, I think I will never lose this. Like, even not upgrading my equipment for, like, hours at end, I think I could easily fall asleep with the game running in the background and be completely fine. Sorry if I let a storm temple slip away there. I wasn't paying attention. I know, we all want to see this end, right? We all want me to max out the board so I can just end the stream. Please, Will. Please, we're begging you to end the stream. It's okay, guys. I'll stop soon. Don't worry about it. I'm so glad to have the company. Oh, man. I'm also, like, really fucking thirsty. That's my primary reason for wanting to end the stream. I haven't had a drop of water in so long. That one drop is all I needed. Yeah, I know. I know at least one person in here definitely wants me to end the stream legitimately. So we can go deep rock galacticking. I'm on it. Don't worry, babe. We're getting there. We're almost there. Dude, it's just fucking wild to me seeing a damage value of 4,000. Like, I genuinely don't think the game could ever outscale me. Oh, okay, well that was on the low side, huh? Only a high 2,000? What happened? What happened to me? Where'd my damage go? The books are actually kind of annoying, though. Because, the books give enemies magic HP. Which, what do the books call it? There's so many different names for it. I think the books call it, well, I have to wait until this bitch dies. It's something armor, isn't it? Oh, fuck. Magic armor. There you go. I think there's another place that calls it energy armor. So we have 3 names for the same thing. Magic HP, magic armor, and energy armor. Fantastic. Oh, let's go. The jam. I need a jam emote. I think I do have a jam Better Twitch TV emote. But I need more. Honestly, because, like, I don't know, my Better Twitch TV emotes are pretty shit. Like, I've got the important ones. Like, I would never get rid of Sag. I think Sag is probably, up there for most important. Pepe hands. A different kind of sad emoji. but I need some jam emotes. There's nothing wrong with the... Oh, I got cat jam? Alright. Cat jam's alright. But the new hotness is rat jam, dude. I could use some rat jam in my life. Magic damage, damage to all. It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. The only stats I should care about are defensive ones, and that made my defensive stat go down, so I think I'll pass. Like, there you go. Yeah, defense and magic HP. That's how I should evaluate equipment now. It's just, wow, that's better than my armor? Why is my armor so bad? I haven't changed it out in so fucking long. Yeah, defense, evasion bonus, max HP. Let's go. Let's go, dude. Hoggy woggy. Sorry. Well, like, I don't care about my own damage at all. Like, I could be doing 0 damage and still just reflect endlessly until I win fights. Like, the only stats I care about are evasion, defense, HP, and magic HP. That's it. I don't care about counter. In fact, I would want as low attack speed as possible. Maybe I do want counter, because counter does regenerate stamina for whatever fucking reason. But the only reason for regenerating stamina is so that I don't run out of it while evading. Oh, there you go, minus 50% evade. So it does give you... Wait, no, that's not true, though. I was going to say, so it does mean you can't evade, but I've definitely evaded when I was, fatigued. I don't fucking know. The game doesn't make any goddamn sense. Maybe it's just saying I have minus, like, my evasion is being subtracted 50. It's not saying my evasion is negative 50, which would mean I have 25% evasion. I guess that's a reasonable penalty for being fatigued. But again, nothing really matters on this run. Am I getting... I think I am getting the mirror procs for my lightning killing enemies too. Am I? I got 2 mirror pieces and I definitely didn't kill one of those dudes. Yeah, it is. It is giving... Ah! Fuck. I'm definitely losing the Storm Temple. Please don't give me any cards. Oh, yes, the book was a kind book. Only gave me, like, 1 card there. Let's go, dude. Let's go. But this is how it is, man. If I wanted any sort of challenge, I could just, like, oblivion some villages and put in more cemeteries. Like, I don't need to. Like, why would I add challenge to this? I'm already farming infinite resources forever. I kind of wish, instead of cemeteries, I had used ruins here. Because I think, I don't know, I guess I don't know. The reason I picked cemetery was because of the defense stat. Like, this could truly go infinite. I don't think the game would ever outscale me. Whereas for enemies that don't have as much defense, the game could outscale me. Like, I don't think spiders have literally any defense. Lightning would probably do jack shit to them. It would probably just be the flat 78 damage that I'm getting here, without the defense bonus. 5,000 damage, holy shit. I think it's because 2 lightning strikes are happening. I think that's why the damage is so high sometimes. But, anyways. What was I going on about? Yeah, I would have liked ruins if the worm enemies have defense. Because I guess I don't know for sure whether or not the worm enemies do have defense. But assuming they did scale defense reasonably high, the ruins would just be all around better because you get more materials out of walking through ruins. Whereas I am just getting stone for walking through the cemeteries. And memory fragments that literally no one cares about. But also, I don't really care about anything, because, like, Yeah, sure, I would be getting more, like, wood and rations and whatever the fuck for going through ruins. But at the same time, I'm getting, like, so many of the expensive items, like astral orbs and, like, my orbs of afterlife are fucking popping, that I can just alchemize whatever I want to. But, you know. I don't think it matters too much in the end. So I'm picking anything with defense. Looking for defense and evasion. Yeah, okay. Max evasion and defense. You love to see it. I guess I'll just take the spear, because it has defense, and counter is not bad. Nothing else got defense? Nope. Nope. Defense goes down, so why would I ever care? Alright, I think that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. But, yeah, even, like, I'm min-maxing my stats a little bit, because I know I'm getting close to the point of just AFKing this. And I would be pretty sad if I died before I got the sleep on it. But, it doesn't matter too much. If I don't start tomorrow's stream with my character still alive and a stupid amount of resources, it's not the end of the world. But it would be a funny way to start the stream. This is the, this entire stream is like the setup for the hope that something amazing happens for tomorrow. I don't even think it's that amazing, honestly. Like, I think it's fairly likely that I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and still have a fully fine, living, breathing character. Like, looking at it now, very rarely does my energy shield break at all. And when it does, I still don't take, like, any damage on it. And the damage the skeletons are doing are, like, 500. I've got 15,000 HP. And if I level up, which I'm getting close to, that's potentially going to scale even faster. Because currently I'm only scaling it on full resources, which I don't even get that often. But if I scale it on every enemy kill times 3, we could be talking big numbers. We could be talking lots of HP. Currently, both of my things have defense. I don't want to. I mean, yeah, I don't care about damage. I don't care about damage. I keep like working it through my dumb stats brain, and I'm like, you can't just lose out on that much damage. Damage literally doesn't matter to me. I should treat it as a dead stat. It is a dead stat. Only thing I care about is defensive stats. So, like, on modifiers, because HP and magic HP just scale with the level of the item. The only modifiers I really care about are defense. And not even evasion, because at this point, it's getting to the level where literally every single boot I get, no matter what, is going to have maxed evasion. So I guess I'm really just looking for defense. That's it. That's fucking it. Isn't that wacky? Oh, defense go up on this one. Love to see it. You truly love to see it. There is an argument to be made for counter, like I said, because it would make it so I don't run out of stamina that often, or as often. But I'm like very rarely running out of stamina anyways, so I think it's fine. Like, even when I am, I just fucking reflected him anyways with a mirror. It's fine. I've got so many opportunities to not take damage outside of the evasion that I don't think I need to sweat it. And again, if I am taking damage, I still don't need to sweat it. Alright, there you go. I don't even, like, I'm curious to take this just to see what else could show up, because I think I'm, like, almost out of traits that I have unlocked. But I know I have the resurrection one, and I don't know, probably some others. But yeah, I'm gonna take the one that lets me scale my HP to a stupid amount. Well, look at that number climb. Oh, I never took supplies. That's right. Supplies would be an option. You know what would be the absolute funniest way for me to find out my character died? Is if there's no bounding protection on the stat, and I wake up to find that I accidentally overflowed my HP stat into the negatives, and I just died. I mean, it could be unsigned, so I could just overflow it into a very small number, and not a negative number. It would still be bad, but I guess I would have a chance of surviving if that was the case. I don't think it's likely. They probably used an integer, which is a pretty big number. Nowhere close to the max of that one. Nowhere near it. And by integer, I should just say, what is integer? Is it a 16-bit data type? I don't fucking... oh, it's a four, I was right! Wait! I was wrong! Wait, a byte is 8 bits, right? You'd think I would know this kind of shit, right? I was wrong! It's a 32-bit. Okay, so I've got, like, plenty of space if it's 32-bit. Good lord. I'm, like, actually never gonna run out of that. I don't really want attack speed, though. That actually, like, makes me less likely to take an item if it has attack speed. I do have attack speed on my chest, but that's, like, the best chest I had on offer. Yeah, less attack speed is better, so I don't get fatigued. But again, like, my attack speed isn't particularly high. Oh, it actually is particularly high. Why? Oh, I also have it on that weapon. Fuck. Well then, defense 24? Well, this is just less attack speed. Wait, 51? No, it's equal. Fuck. Never mind. Ignore literally everything I have to say. Texan brain and all that. I can't read numbers. You crazy? Yeah, I second guessed myself like 12 times because I was like, a byte? That's 8 bits. Wait, no, it's 2 bits because, wait a second. It's 8. It's 8. It's 8, right? I hope I'm not still wrong. I did think for a second it was 2 because of bit being a 0 or a 1. But I think I'm right on this one. I think I got nothing to worry about. Only thing I need to worry about is dying of dehydration before I get enough Storm Temples. You can hear the pause every time I need to say Storm Temple. I don't know why it's such a hard word for me to remember. Storm Temple, dude. Never gonna remember it. But we're getting there. I could have the most insane luck. This could be a dream seed. I could do all of the remaining 7 tiles with just one. One card. Why stop at 6 or 7 cards when you could stop at just one? Oh baby, you got a big storm coming. And other such references to the exact same video. I mean, I'm seeing defense values, but they're all lower than the ones I already have, so goodbye. Smell you later. Why do I keep pausing the game? What's wrong with me? I think I paused because I'm like, I want to look at the equipment here. The game already automatically pauses when you look at the equipment here. So I don't know what I'm doing. kind of like a tagline for the entire stream. I don't know what I'm doing. Kind of like a tagline on my life, honestly. Slap that on my gravestone. My epitaph. You know, I was gonna say great song, but I don't know. Maybe this is disrespectful. I'm not an epitaph guy. No, I am an epitaph guy. You know what I'm not a guy of? I'm not a guy of the fucking wind fairy. What's it called? Look at King Crimson, Court of the Crimson. What are the names of the songs here? What are the? Give me the. Obviously, you gotta be a fan of 21st Century Schizoid, man. It's a classic. It's like a, well, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's like pivotal to modern rock, but like it mixed up the game a bit. It's pretty good. Love Epitaph. I Talk to the Wind. Not an I Talk to the Wind kind of guy, and not a Moonchild kind of guy. Honestly, out of the, and you know, I love the album as a whole. But I'm definitely waiting for 21st Century Schizoid Man and Court of the Crimson King, the two heights. But Epitaph's not bad. Epitaph's sitting right in the middle of the album. That's a good spot for it. Lightens up the mood after I Speak to the Wind. I mean, I Speak to the Wind is not horrible. I definitely think Moonchild is my least favorite. I don't know. Like, I'm just not a guy for the kind of music that is absence of music. And for the majority of Moonchild, it's just kind of like silence and like occasionally playing with instruments every now and then. And then like the song kind of starts, but that ain't my kind of King Crimson. I like it when they jam, you know? It's been a while since I listened to the album front to back, though. Partially because its online presence is... out of, like, every band on the internet, King Crimson has been, like, one of the most notorious for lacking an online presence. And kind of, like, the opposite. Like, actively preventing an online presence from existing. Gotta go to fucking Pornhub if I want to listen to King Crimson. But I think they have, like, a lot of their stuff on like, an official YouTube channel at this point. I think they kind of pivoted somewhat recently, if I'm not wrong. I'm not the biggest King Crimson fan, though. Like, I do like King Crimson. I've listened to Court of the Crimson King and the one that's got, like, a knot on it. I forget the name of the album. But that's one of my friend's favorite King Crimson albums. It's the knot one. It's got like a Celtic knot on it. Wait, is that the wrong one? Celtic knot? Is it Celtic or Celtic? I forget which one is the sports team and which one is the real one. Whichever one it is. I know that... See, that fucks with me, though, because I think the sports team is the Celtics. So it's gotta be a Celtic knot. Right? I know the sports team, the correct way to pronounce it is not the correct way to pronounce the actual, like, culture. But I don't know, also saying, like, Celts. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right at all. Maybe I'm just crazy and the sports team actually does say it the right way. I don't know. I am kind of crazy like that. Teehee. Any defense? Any defense on these? Well, there you go. Equal defense. And no attack speed. That's an upgrade. Oh, and also more HP. That helps. Defense up. And, oh, I'm literally looking at another piece of body armor. Sure. And it's got counter. You love to see counter. I don't care about anything else. But, yeah, the King Crimson with a knot on it. Looked at that one. I thought it was pretty good. I haven't listened to the entire discography like I have with something like Yes. I still haven't listened to the entirety of Yes's discography either. But, like, I've listened to the good stuff of Yes. Past the point of, I mean, I'm the one who's coming here to defend... What? I forget the name of the album. I think it's like... I like 2 of their weird poppy albums. I like the one with... No, I think I just like that one. Yeah, no, I think it's just that one that has Owner of a Lonely Heart. It's like, I think the title of the album is just straight numbers. It's like 901257 or something, I don't fucking know. But I'll defend it, you know? It's not a Yes album, by any means. It's like very weird and mainstream poppy kind of sound, but... I think it's not bad for what it is, despite not being Yes at all. And all of the stuff before it that's actually Yes, like the 70s stuff, that's the good stuff. Like, I talk about it fairly frequently, but by far favorite song of all time. Not too hard for me to pinpoint as Close to the Edge. Just a very, very good song. And I was freaking out looking at the runtime of Core of the Crimson King, because I saw 21st Century Schizoid Man as a fucking 7-minute song. That fucking song, like, it's so much that it feels like it ends in like 3 minutes. Like, I thought it was like a normal length song. I didn't realize 21st Century Schizoid Man was that long. Great song though. Anyways, we did it. Let me clear my screen of all cluttering so that I can take a good screenshot of it for the YouTube thumbnail. That's important. And there you go. That's it. I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna keep the game running in the background, and we'll check in on this tomorrow. Hopefully. Hopefully I don't just come back and see me dead. Playing that song in Guitar Hero hurt you? Dude, as far as Guitar Hero, I was always like a little baby scrubbling. Like, I never pushed the difficulty hard at all. Little baby bones. As soon as they got to like more than 3 buttons, I was like, how's anybody supposed to do this? It's impossible. It doesn't help that I only really played Guitar Hero when I was in like middle school and before that, so I had little baby hands. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna cut this here. So thanks for everyone for watching. Thanks for everyone for watching. Thank you. Thanks. And I'll be back tomorrow. I promise I'll be back tomorrow. Believe me, I'll be there. And other such things. I don't know what I'm gonna be playing tomorrow. Hopefully I start out with like a bit of Loop Hero memeing, and then I'll change to someone else. I don't know. But for now, I'm gone. It's like it's 11:33. It's later than I thought it would be. Oh well. Thanks for hanging out. And I don't know, if you liked it and you're not following, follow, because that's cool. And you get to know when I'm live. It makes me smile that my number gets bigger. Bye.